From Hollywood, it's time now for... Johnny Dollar.
Perry Jameson, the Paramount Insurance Adjuster, Johnny.
Hi, Perry. It's been a long time. I'd begun to think you're neglecting me.
Oh, how you talk. Matter of fact, I've just been waiting for a nasty enough case to come along for you.
Yeah, you do have a habit of handing me the dirty ones. What is it this time?
4-State, out in Denver.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
Well, they're a small outfit. By contract, all their claims are routed through us. Damage appraisals, payment dispersals, and so on.
So what's happened?
Well, we've had to pay a lot of claims for them recently. Too many. What's more, they've all been big ones and on fairly young policies.
Well, Perry, you know as well as I do that things will average out in the long run. Unless something's wrong.
$60,000 on one policy, $35,000 on another, $70,000, and a cool $150,000 on one just last week.
Shoot.
And the beneficiary in each case has been the same man.
Then no wonder you... Just leave the door open, Perry. I'll be right over. Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Paramount Insurance Adjusters, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Denver dispersal matter. Expense account item 1, $1.10 for the cab that took me over to Perry Jameson's office at Paramount. True to form, the door was wide open for me.
I kind of thought this thing might get you down here in a hurry, Johnny. Sit down.
Yeah, thanks.
And I took the liberty of calling TWA and getting you a seat on the plane to Denver.
Good idea. When?
Well, there's one leaving New York at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And I'll get you into Denver about, 10:30 Mountain Time.
Uh-huh.
Think you can make it?
Sure.
Charge your expenses to us. That's the deal we have with 4-State.
All right.
And the man to see you out there, it's almost a one-man outfit, his name is William Whitney.
Got it. Now, look, Perry, I've been thinking on the way over here.
Woo, wonders will never cease.
Thanks, pal, but how well do you know this man, Whitney?
Maybe he's in cahoots with this big beneficiary, this Don Ricardo?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Such things have happened.
No, Johnny, you're wrong. Poor old Willie Whitney's a mild, timid milquetoast. His wife, an ex-chorus girl who probably thought he had money. Well, you can be sure she's the one who wears the pants in the family. Well, Willie would cringe at the thought of hurting a fly.
Well, it was an idea.
I don't blame you, but no, forget it.
Well, what makes you so sure something's wrong?
Well, I didn't say I was, but $215,000 to one beneficiary in a period of only 3 months. Well, I just want to be sure it's okay. And I called you in because I am willing to pay to make sure.
No, don't worry, Perry. You will. Expense account item 2, $141 even, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to New York to Denver. Originally Indian country, the mile-high city is now a maze of oil refineries, steel companies, grain mills, chemical and manufacturing plants. A huge downtown shopping area and beautiful tree-studded residential sections. No wonder it's one of the big insurance centers. Item 3, $2 even for a cab into town where I park myself at the world-famous Brown Palace Hotel. Item 4, 10 cents, phone call to an old newspaper pal from back east who is now working on the Denver Post.
Pete Packard.
Johnny Dollar, Pete Packard.
Okay, what's the story? Johnny Dollar, hey, how are you, Keith?
Great.
You gonna be here long? We gotta get together. Where you staying?
The Brown Palace.
Now,
Pete!
look, you want us to dig up a couple of dates? We'll go out on the town. Remember the last time we tied one on together?
Oh, are you kidding? I had such a headache the next morning, it hasn't left me yet.
Well,
Hey,
look,
listen.
Keith, I get away from the desk at 2 a.m.
No, you look.
Huh?
I'm out here on a job, insurance investigation. Did you ever hear of a man named Don Ricardo?
You know Don Ricardo?
No. What do you know about him?
Well, they say, now mind you, I don't know for sure, Keith, but don't forget I did a hitch on the Chicago Sun-Times a few years back.
What's that got to do with Don Ricardo?
It was back in the days of the Capone mob.
Oh.
And Don Ricardo, well, mind you, nobody was ever able to pin anything on him.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Where does he live, Pete?
20 to 30 miles east, the other side of Golden, a little place called Millville.
Uh-huh.
Now, mind you, Keith, I don't want to really say anything against him. I mean, if I don't seem to be really telling you anything about it...
Pete,
well,
I think you've told me plenty.
Well, now listen, Keith.
Thanks, and I'll be talking to you. It was late, and I was tired, but I went downstairs to the cocktail bar, and with the help of a big fat tip for a nightcap, got some more lowdown on Don Ricardo. The bartender talked plenty. Yeah, it seems Ricardo was living the life of Riley in the little town of Millville. Lovely home, expensive cars, threw a lot of big, gaudy parties. And always for people from out of town, mostly Chicago or Miami Beach. Yeah, the bartender talked plenty. Until he spotted a lean, well-dressed, rather too well-dressed man sitting alone at one of the tables watching him. A man who'd somehow forgotten to take off the light gray hat that shaded his features and slightly narrowed eyes. The bartender clammed up. I paid for my drink, that's item 5, and was conscious of being watched closely as I casually sorted out and took the elevator up to my room. First thing in the morning, I looked up the address of 4th State. Instead of the striking new mile-high center as I'd expected, it was a dingy old office building on South Broadway. William Whitney looked a little old and dingy himself.
Johnny Dollar, the special investigator?
That's right, Mr. Whitney.
Oh, well, sit down, won't you?
All right, thanks.
Just here on a visit?
I'm here because the insurance adjusters are concerned about some recent claims they've had to pay on policies issued by you.
We've been very unfortunate lately, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. $215,000, unfortunate. On only 4 policies.
Yes, and all paid to the same beneficiary by some odd coincidence.
You sure it was coincidence? Who were the policyholders?
By some old miners living over near Golden.
Old miners insuring for those amounts?
Yes, sir. They were all able to pay the premium.
Give me their names.
Yes, sir.
Unless I'm cockeyed, there's something wrong with this whole thing, and I intend to find out what it is.
The policies were issued in good faith, and the premiums paid. But I agree with you, sir, and I'm terribly concerned. I'm glad you're here, sir. It will not only save the company a lot of money, but it will take a great load off my mind. Here's the list.
Yeah. Do you know the beneficiary, this Don Ricardo?
Only through seeing him when I've given him the checks.
Barno, Mulligan, R. Smith, and J. Smith. Did any of these insured have families?
Well, I don't know. You see, the beneficiary in each case...
Yeah, I know. Better let me see those policies. Whitney left me alone while I plowed through his files. Satisfied, at least, that the policies themselves were okay, I finally left him, hailed a taxi, and told the driver to head for the town of Golden. As we pulled away from the curb, a small black foreign car in the next block swung around and appeared to follow us, and I wondered. But then it cut off at an intersection, and I decided I was imagining things. Until we pulled up at one of the addresses Whitney had given me in Golden, a ramshackle, unpainted old frame house on the edge of town. I told the driver to wait for me and walk up to the front door.
It looks to me like that house is empty, mister. You sure you give me the right address?
Yeah, this is the address, all right. But I guess that... Huh?
Hey, that door opened by itself?
I don't know. Hello? Hello? Anybody? No!
Mister!
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Our flag now numbers 50 stars. And behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Vermont's state flag, in its early form, imitated our national flag, uniquely bearing 17 stripes and 17 stars, with only the inscribed word Vermont to distinguish it. The good people of Vermont assumed, as did our national government, that stripes as well as stars would be added as each new state entered the Union. Vermont entered the Union after Tennessee and Ohio, and with Kentucky to join shortly, the Vermonters naturally put 17 stripes on their flag. In 1818, the United States Congress put a stop to this, and since then the stripes have always been at 13, and only stars are added for each new state. Vermont's present flag captures the famous beauty of the Green Mountain State in its coat of arms, and inscribed is the phrase, Vermont, Freedom and Unity. Vermont's state flag, the flag of the 14th state to enter the Union, was adopted on April 26, 1923.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Denver dispersal matter.
The old house at the edge of Golden, Colorado looked empty, but I knocked anyway.
You sure you give me the right address, mister?
Yeah, driver, this is the address, all right. But I guess that... Huh?
Hey, that door open by itself?
I don't know. Hello? Hello? Anybody? Oh!
Mister!
Mister.
Go back. Get away from this open door.
But you're hurt. Your neck, you're bleeding to death.
Stay down. Barely nicked me. I'm all right.
Holy cow. I thought you was a goner. Here, let me help you.
You'll need help if you don't stay out of his line of fire.
Well, who was it? You see anybody?
Hey, listen.
Yeah, that's a car pulling away from the back.
Get a look at it. Well?
I can't tell. That dusty side road back there. Looks like a little one, though.
Foreign car?
Too far away now. I can't tell. But it's black.
All right, come on. We're getting back into your cab.
Yeah, I'll get you to a doctor.
No, I'm okay. You know where Millville is?
Sure, a few miles east. It's an old mining...
Come on. You know where Don Ricardo lives?
For sure, You want to go there?
Does he own a small black foreign car?
Yeah, real expensive job. I've seen him in town. But, mister,
Come on, because I'll lay odds he's the one who fired those shots.
You mind if I drop you off a few blocks away from his place?
The cab driver relented, dropped me off at Ricardo's front door, then hightailed it for other parts. It was a nice home, very modern, seemingly out of place in what had once been a prosperous mining center, but was now a little more than a ghost town.
Yes?
Mr. Ricardo?
That's right. Who are you?
I think you know, but I'll tell you anyhow. I'm Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Oh, come in, Mr. Dollar. We can sit in the den. Would you like a drink?
No, thanks.
What happened to your neck there? It's been bleeding.
I will get to that later.
I've been rather expecting someone like you to call in view of my good fortune in insurance money lately. Sit down. You sure you wouldn't like a drink?
Tell me one thing.
Yes.
Who paid the premiums on those 4 policies that netted you a couple of $100,000?
Why, the policyholders, of course. At least, to the best of my knowledge.
4 old broken-down miners?
They were still quite active, Mr. Dollar, hoping to find a new vein in some of the old workings in this region.
Then maybe you grub-staked them, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did. And they promised me a share of whatever they might find. In return, they named me in their insurance policy.
Oh, you must have given them plenty. More than a worked-out mine could ever yield.
How do you mean?
To afford the premiums on those hefty policies.
Now, look, Dollar, it was all perfectly legal on the up and up.
How old were they? Barno?
Bono? About 68, I believe.
Mulligan and Smith and the other Smith?
About the same. So what?
Oh, the company was crazy. How did they die, Ricardo?
By some strange coincidence, the poor old fellows all went the same way. Accidents there in the mine they were working.
Did the police investigate those accidents?
I imagine so. Now, look,
Ricardo, as you know very well, I was shot at a few minutes ago.
Shot at?
At a little isolated house on the edge of Golden. You were a lousy shot.
Now, look here.
Also, you should have known better than to park that little foreign job of yours in the driveway, at least without washing it down.
What are you talking about?
That kind of purplish dust it's covered with.
Dust?
Yeah, I'm talking about the side road back of that house where you tried to plug me. Well?
Okay, Dollar. Maybe you're right about the whole thing. So what if I did try to knock you off?
Oh, you admit it, huh?
Yeah, why not? But since I didn't kill you then...
Oh, no, you don't.
All right. Put him up. Face the wall, Ricardo.
Hands off of me. Come on, get your hands
Officer,
off.
I've never seen a prettier uniform in my life.
What is this?
We've been waiting a long time to nail you, Ricardo. Get him out of here, boys.
All right, take it easy.
Pete!
So help me, Keith, I knew if anybody'd bring Ricardo out in the open, you would.
You mean to say that...
Yeah, I figured better bring these state police out here.
Oh, Pete, you're a doll.
Now let's you and me go out and tear the town apart, huh?
Later. After I finish this job.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Over 150 years ago, the Swiss poet Henri Amiel wrote, "Heroism is the brilliant triumph of the soul over fear. Heroism is the dazzling and glorious concentration of courage." During the Korean campaign, Corporal Ronald Rosser was attached to the heavy mortar company of the 38th Infantry, 2nd Division, United States Army. Rosser, a veteran of World War II, rejoined the Army and shipped to Korea when he heard that his brother had fallen in the winter assault of the Chinese Communists. One day, Rosser's company moved into enemy territory. At the time, the corporal was a forward observer and carried a radio. Suddenly, in the midst of an enemy attack, Rosser handed his radio to a buddy, slipped the safety off his carbine, and filled his shirt with hand grenades. He charged at the enemy through fierce mortar and artillery fire, shooting from the hip. Straddling a bunker, he riddled its occupants. Still advancing, he accounted for 2 more of the enemy, shooting one through the head and clubbing another to death. Continuing his one-man charge, he jumped into a trench full of enemy soldiers, opened fire, and forced his way relentlessly down the length of the trench, killing right and left with grenades and carbine fire. Out of ammunition, he returned to his company, where he replenished his supply. Then he charged the enemy again and again. Finally, he returned to his own area, and taking the radio back from his friend, he moved out with his company. Corporal Ronald Rosser was awarded the Medal of Honor for his action. Action which had shown the enemy that his personal code of conduct wouldn't let them push around either his kid brother or his country.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Denver dispersal matter.
It took hours, even with Pete Packard's help, and he finally had to go back to his job at the Denver Post. But there in Don Ricardo's house, carefully hidden away under a drawer lining and a sideboard, I found what I was looking for, a handful of canceled checks. It was well after dark when I appropriated one of Ricardo's fancy cars and drove back to Denver, to a little house in the south end of town, not far from the office of 4 State Insurance Company. As I pulled to a stop, a big passing truck nearly sideswiped me. Good. It covered the sound of my stopping there. As unobtrusively as possible, I walked up to the front door of the place. Even above the sound of passing traffic, I could hear voices, loud ones, coming from somewhere in the rear of the building. Cautiously, I edged my way around the side to where I could see the lighted window of a bedroom.
All right, I hate you. Only why don't you tell me why?
Stop asking questions. Get the things back. Make sure it's only enough to put in the car. We're traveling light and fast.
All right, Willie. All right already. Boy, you're bossier than Don ever was when you want to be.
Forget Don Ricardo and collect your stuff. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be working in one of his nightclubs in Chicago.
Lucky you never talked this way down to that insurance office of
Oh,
yours.
stop that.
I thought we was going to stay in Denver until you made a lot of dough at the insurance racket, huh?
I left this happy domestic scene to walk slowly back to the front door. Yep. My original hunch at the office in Hartford had been right.
What's that?
Somebody at the front door.
Well, why don't you go answer it? Huh? Willie?
Oh, Mr. Dollar.
That's right.
Oh, my, I'm glad you're here, sir.
Well, you look upset, Mr. Whitney.
I am, sir. I am terribly upset.
Handbags, they're in the hall.
Yes.
Going somewhere?
It's that Don Ricardo.
Oh? I thought you didn't really know him.
I didn't. Oh, if only I'd done it before. I'd never have issued those policies naming him as beneficiary.
Done what, Mr. Whitney?
Investigated that Ricardo. But I did, after you left me this morning. He's a gangster. An ex-gangster, Mr. Dollar.
No.
Yes. I suddenly realized that in your investigation, you'd investigate him, and he'd think I'd had you investigate him. He'd think I was trying to make trouble for him. It frightened me terribly.
And that's why you decided to leave town, huh?
Yes, of course, until this whole thing blows over. He's a dangerous man. He'd stop at nothing. He might even try to kill me. I must leave here immediately.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure of that. Where did you plan to go?
Far away, anywhere where he couldn't find me.
And where maybe I couldn't find you.
Of course. What? Why did you say that?
Well, I was just thinking. This morning when I was going through the files at your office, you left me alone for a while.
Yes, I recall that I did.
Why? To make a phone call, maybe? To Don Ricardo?
What?
Is that why he just happened to be waiting in his little foreign car a block or so up the street about the time I left your office in a cab?
Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Pretty good theory, isn't it? Especially when I have these little scraps of paper to back it up.
What are those?
Some of Don Ricardo's canceled checks. Made out to you. 20% of the take on those big, fat insurance payments.
Where did you get those?
Funny, too. They're all dated one day after you paid off on each of those big claims.
Give me
those. You don't. We're going to need these in...
No, I'll kill you.
That's the milk toast, huh?
You dirty... I'll kill you.
Okay, baby.
All right. All right.
Okay, Willie, get up on your feet.
Yes, sir. Anything you say, Mr. Dollar. But please, you must believe me. I'm
cut
an
it.
innocent
That
man.
timid soul Poles of yours may have sold insurance to a handful of suckers, wouldn't he? But it hasn't sold me a thing. Oh, I suppose you find them in every trade. That still doesn't justify their even being alive, though. Fortunately, in the insurance business, they never get away with it for long. Even a team like Whitney and Ricardo. I wonder if they're sharing the same cell. Expense account, item 6, $10 to the doctor who sewed up my neck. Item 7, $84 for a night on the town with Pete Packard. Strangely enough, I still have a bit of a headache from it. Expense account total, including a little gift to that taxi driver, incidentals and transportation back to Hartford, $391.80. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Idaho's state flag depicts the prime industrial pursuit of its citizens, mining. Balanced against this image is a female figure combining the virtues of the goddess of liberty, for she carries the spear and cap of liberty, and the goddess of justice, represented by the scales in her hand. A bright shining star in the heavens is an indication that Idaho has joined the nation. Overall is the motto, Esto Perpetua, may she endure forever. Idaho's state flag, the flag of the 43rd state to enter the Union, was adopted on March 12, 1907.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a killer's list. That's right, a list of victims. And guess who's on it? Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Forrest Lewis, Barney Phillips, Edgar Beria, Frank Gerstle, and Peter Leeds. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Jerry Holland, Johnny. Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited.
Oh, sure, Jerry. How are you?
The name Curtis Randall mean anything to you?
The banker here in Hartford?
That's the one. He's also one of our big policy holders. At least he was.
Oh, what's happened to him?
Day before yesterday, he and a friend of his, a fellow named Byron Peters, they went deer hunting over near Kingman, New York.
And?
They hired some old character in the neighborhood to act as guide. Randall and Peters didn't know it, but the old goat was an alcoholic.
So what happened?
At the end of the day's hunt, they raised Cain with Curly because he hadn't found them a deer.
Curly, the name of the guide, huh?
Yeah. They had a big argument. Over 500,000.
100. Wow. Who's Randall's beneficiary?
His hunting companion, Peters.
Peters. No wonder you want me to investigate.
Johnny.
Only this one looks too easy.
Wait, Johnny.
I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the hapless Hunter matter. Expense account item 1, 95 cents for a taxi across town to Tri-Mutual in the office of Jerry Holland. As I opened the door, he met me halfway.
Hey, what was the idea of hanging up on me, Johnny? Then when I tried to call you back, you'd left.
Well, sure. I figured if this thing only happened a day or so ago, the faster I could get working on it, the better.
Well, I'll go along with you on that, but
Where's
now...
this man Peters?
In the hospital.
Because if anybody should be suspect, he should. After all, as a beneficiary... What did you say?
I tried to tell you on the phone, only you hung up. Byron Peters is in the hospital.
Where?
Over in Kingman, New York.
Why?
Because he was shot up, too, by that drunken guide when he tried to prevent him from killing Randall.
Oh. Then Curley killed himself.
Yeah. You know, if you'd stop going off half-cocked, you might get somewhere on this case. If it really is a case.
Sorry, I guess I jumped to a conclusion
You sure
before.
did.
Oh, $500,000 is still a lot of money.
Sure it is. If you need it.
And Byron Peters doesn't?
Well, according to the local police chief who called me, it was in Byron Peters' brand new Eldorado that they drove over to Kingman. It was Peters who arranged for the guide service. It was he who supplied the guns and equipment.
Yeah, okay, Jerry. I'll take your word for it. What hospital is he in over there?
Angel of Mercy. It's the only one.
Any other information I ought to have?
None that I can give you. As I told you, this is just routine because of the money involved, company policy. Of course, for your report, you might try to find out if this old Curly Summers, the guide, had any reason to have it in for Randall.
Randall knew him before, huh? I thought you said Peters arranged for the guy.
Oh, I guess I did. But now, Johnny...
Let me have Peters' home address, would you? And Randall's.
Well, sure, why not? And I hope you don't think...
Did you know Randall well?
Yes.
Was he a drinking man?
One martini before dinner, that's all. There you are. Why?
How about Peters?
Oh, I don't know. What difference would it make?
Oh, just wondered.
Don't kid me, Johnny. You've got something up your sleeve.
Why, Jerry?
Now, what is it? You know something about these people that I don't?
Not a thing, so help me. But $500,000 is a lot of money.
And I tell you that if you suspect Byron Peters, you're crazy.
Did I say I still suspect
But the
him?
way you've been talking.
Did I?
Well, no.
Well, I do. Sure, with so little to go on, I had no reason at all to suspect Peters. Except for a hunch. But hunches have paid off for me more than once. Expense account item 2, $380, a tank full of gas for the drive across Route 6 to the New York state line. There I picked up 9W, then 212 to Kingman. I found the Angel of Mercy Hospital on the way into town. The chief resident physician, Dr. Matthews, was completely cooperative and of no help whatsoever.
Quite pointless to see him at the moment, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, what do you mean, Doctor?
Mr. Peters is sleeping under sedation.
Oh?
I'm afraid the ordeal with the police left him quite exhausted.
The police have already seen and questioned him?
Yes, and they had no business questioning him so long in view of his condition. Shock, you know.
Tell me something. Do they suspect that he killed Mr. Randall, too, then wounded himself for an alibi?
You mean that you do?
Yeah. Do they?
Oh, my boy, you must be joking. Of course not.
Oh? Why not?
Whether you realize it or not, and you will, if I permit you to see Mr. Peters, see the manner in which he was wounded, see the extent of his wound.
I'll realize what?
Oh, my boy,
I asked you a question, Doctor.
You will realize how impossible it would have been for him to shoot himself in that fashion, how narrowly he himself escaped death at the hands of that rum-crazed guide.
You're sure, Doctor?
Of course I'm sure, and so are the police.
Well, where does that leave me?
If I may say so, with egg on your face.
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the hapless Hunter matter.
A hunting guide had run amok near the little town of Kingman, New York, and, according to report, was responsible for the death by shooting of wealthy banker Curtis Randall for the wounding of Randall's companion, Byron Peters. But Peters is beneficiary of Randall's $500,000 insurance policy. So, naturally, the old bug of suspicion began to gnaw away at the back of my brain. Until, that is, I saw Peters, his wounds, the x-rays, and finally talked with Captain McManus at the local police headquarters.
Well, sure, we talked to Peters, Mr. Dollar, but only to find out exactly what happened when old Curly went off his rocker and started spraying lead with his hunting rifle, then shot himself.
Then my suspicion that Peters might have done the shooting.
Well, didn't you see how Mr. Peters was hit by that .30-30? Now, look. He saw Curly pull the rifle on Mr. Randall and shoot him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lunged at Curly like this. Curly whirled around, pulled the trigger.
Yeah. Well, the x-rays I saw.
Sure. Well, then you know. When Peters lunged at him, the bullet creased his head from the top, went right through the muscles in the back of his left shoulder, and landed in the floor.
So it's pretty obvious that Peters couldn't have shot himself.
It's impossible. He would have had to have arms 5 or 6 feet long to shoot himself in the top of the head at that angle.
Hey, when did you first learn about this whole thing, Captain?
When Mr. Peters came to, he phoned me from up at Curly's cabin where it happened. I went up there right away.
And?
Curly and Randall were dead. Peters was still lying next to the fireplace where he'd fallen.
But if he was able to phone you?
He pulled the phone over to him by the cord. Still had a good right hand, you know.
Oh, I see. Where were Randall and Curly?
Randall by the front door with a bullet in the back of his head. Curly lay between them.
Just how much do you know about this Curly character?
Well, that's the part I don't understand. Why he did it.
I heard he was an alcoholic.
Sure, he was a town drunk in a harmless sort of a way, except when he'd go off on a rampage and get into a fight or two, but never during hunting season.
Uh-huh. Well, what did he do?
Odd jobs of any kind, most anything. People had always refused to pay him until the job was done.
To make sure he'd stay sober, huh?
Well, at least reasonably sober. And just as soon as he got paid, he'd buy a lot of cheap whiskey and hole up in his cabin.
That's where the murder occurred.
Except during hunting season. Then he'd never touch it. He was a good guide, Mr. Dollar. He made a lot of money from the people who came up from New York City and Hartford and such. That's the part I don't understand. His hitting the bottle during the season.
Well, did he ever have any trouble with his clients before?
Oh, he'd bellyache about them being so rich when he was so poor, that sort of thing. But he'd have to get awfully drunk to... I swear I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, look, Captain, I'd like to see the bodies of Mr. Randall and Curly. Are they still hereabouts?
Still over at the coroner's office.
Then let's go, huh? I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for. Maybe that's the reason I found it. At least found something that started that old suspicion bug gnawing away again. Peters, back at the hospital, had had a bad powder burn on his forehead, next to where the bullet had creased him. Okay. He had said that Curly the guide pulled the trigger when he lunged at him. Randall, there at the coroner's office, had no powder burns. Okay. It was apparent that he had been shot from across the room. But Curly, who was supposed to have shot himself upward through the jaw, also showed no sign of powder burn. Sure, the bullet hole indicated he could have shot himself by holding the gun at arm's length. A .30-30 is fairly short. But no powder burn. I said nothing of this to Chief McManus.
Well, it pretty much bears out what Peters told me and I told you, doesn't it? Curly shot Randall, then Peters shot himself.
Captain, suppose, just for the sake of argument, that Randall did the shooting. First, that is.
Well, now, Mr. Dollar... Wait, speaking of argument, Peters said that Randall and Curly had a pretty big one. Because Curly didn't find him any dare.
Huh?
That's when he started to get drunk and abusive. But as for Mr. Randall...
On the other hand, suppose that Peters started the whole thing.
Oh, now, look, that doesn't make any sense. Then try to kill himself?
Well, isn't that what you're saying Curly did?
Well, sure, but that's different. No good old bum realized he'd gone too far. There was no other way out for him. But a man like Peters, with money, everything he wants...
Where's this cabin of Curly's?
Quite a way. 10, 12 miles.
How do I get there?
Straight down Pear Street to the mobile gas station. You know where that is?
Yeah, I saw it on my way in.
Okay, you turn left there. You go 6 miles, then take the first right-hand road right up the side of Deer Mountain till you get there.
Okay.
Oh, here's the key to it.
Oh, good. Thanks, Chief. I'll see you later.
You want me to go along with you?
No. According to you, this hunch of mine is all wrong.
I'm sure of it.
Okay, then. I'd better wing it alone. From the outside, Curly's cabin was a shack, nothing more. And there were enough cheap whiskey bottles scattered around the yard to sink a battleship. Inside, however, it was pretty comfortably fixed up. And back under the kitchen sink, I found a case of Prince Francis Scotch, nearly full. Had Curly suddenly changed his taste for the better? Or had somebody decided to bait him with it? By the dark stains on the floor, I could see where both Randall and Curly had fallen. Where Peters had gone down, there was also the rifle slug embedded in the floor. And then I noticed the angle at which that slug had ended, as though it had been fired from the ceiling, certainly from higher than any normal man could reach. And Curly was only 5'2" or 3. Then I saw something else, a heavy cord hanging down from one of the rafters above where Peters had lain. It was frayed at the end as though forcibly broken. Now, suppose someone had hung a loaded rifle there by the trigger so the slightest pull would set it off, had stood under it holding the muzzle carefully next to his head, to one side, just close enough to... Yeah, hello.
Mr. Dollar?
Captain?
Yeah, listen. Now, you may be right, though I still don't see how you can be.
What do you mean?
Look, I've got Dr. Matthews at the hospital here on this party line. You still there, Doc? Right here, Chief. Well, then you better tell Mr. Dollar. Well, it's about Mr. Peters.
Yeah?
He's left.
Left? I thought you had him under sedation.
I guess it didn't take hold the way I thought it would.
Well, what happened?
Well, he woke up and asked me who it was that had been here to see him while he was drowsy.
Did you tell him who I was?
Yes, then he seemed to drop off again, so I left him. A few minutes later, I heard his big fancy car pulling away.
Doctor.
I went back to his room and he was gone.
Doctor.
Listen, Dollar.
Yeah, Chief.
I don't know what it means any more than you do. But if I was you, I would get away from that isolated cabin. You see what I mean? Dollar?
Sure, Chief. I'll leave right away.
That was very smart, Dollar.
Byron Peters?
That's right. Byron Peters.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the hapless hunter matter.
So you weren't as badly hurt by that bullet as you pretended.
That's right, Dollar. Does that help bear out your absurd suspicions about me?
Not nearly so much as your coming up here to this cabin, Peters.
What's that supposed to mean?
You rigged the whole thing pretty well, but not well enough. Why you wanted to get rid of Curtis Randall, I don't know.
You're out of your mind. Randall was a friend of mine.
You must have had some reason for killing him.
Curly Summers murdered Kurt. We had a big argument because he hadn't found us any game. The only reason it got out of hand was because Curly was drunk.
On what? On some of that expensive scotch I found in the kitchen?
How should I know? Yes.
Where did he get that?
How should I know?
Well, I do. You brought it here to help bolster your phony alibi, to indicate that Curly had it up here, had been hitting it. But you pulled a boo-boo.
Why don't you talk sense, Detective?
Are you trying to tell me Curly would ever have stuff like that? Look at the old bottles scattered around outside. Cheap rot gut, that's all. What's more, he never touched a drop during hunting season.
That's about as thin evidence as you could possibly dig up, Dollar, and you know it.
Peters, why did you come up here just now? Okay, I'll tell you that, too. Lying there in the hospital, nursing your sore shoulder, you didn't plan on that injury, did you?
I told the police.
Oh, yeah, sure, you told the police. Lying there, you suddenly remember the one thing that could show how you cleverly wounded yourself after you killed Randall and Curly. That piece of cord up on the rafter, where you hung Curly's gun up by the trigger.
Dollar.
You aimed it carefully along the side of your head, then yanked on it to set it off. Dangerous, but a great alibi.
I told the police, the doctor. Curly pulled that trigger when I lunged at him, struggled with him.
Little Curly held that gun high enough so the bullet would crease your head from above?
I was bent over, lunging at him.
Then enter the floor from up here where this cord is hanging?
You're pretty smart, aren't you, Dollar?
Curly was supposed to have committed suicide, huh?
Yes, he must have, because I heard him shoot himself as I passed out.
Oh, sure. The bullet entered his lower jaw, went up into his brain.
That's right.
That meant he had to hold that 30-30 at arm's length. So, the muzzle right next to his jaw.
That's right.
Where it would have left powder burn. But, Peters, there were none. Because you shot him from across the room, the same as you did Randall.
Yes. Yes, the same as I'll shoot you.
If you can.
My right hand is still good, Dollar, and so is the .38. You and your fool insurance company should have left things as they were. Chin up, Dollar.
Tell me one thing.
Sorry, I haven't got time. When I left the hospital, I made sure I was seen heading for New York and a carefully set up alibi.
You still won't get away with it, you know. Any more than you got away with killing Randall.
I had until you came along, and I will when I've killed you. So if you have nothing more to say...
One thing. Why did you kill Randall?
You're trying to stall me.
Why?
All right. All right. Because I forced him to name me in his insurance. I was the only one who knew about some shady operations in his early business career.
The old story, huh?
That's right. Blackmail. That's why he's been paying me off, supporting me, until recently.
So you threatened to expose him?
No. What would that get me financially?
Then tell me this.
No. I've got to get out of here to New York.
Just one thing more.
I don't know why you're trying to stall me, but it's no use. So if you have any prayers, Dollar...
Sure. That Chief McManus standing there in the doorway will slug you before you pull that trigger.
Oh, no, not that old chestnut.
Why not, Peter?
What? You...
No, you... Doggone it, Dollar. I thought I told you on the phone to get out of here.
Expense account total, including gas to get me back to Hartford, $13.13. Remarks? Why? Why don't they ever learn? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Wilbur Runyon. I planned to meet you at the Dallas airport, but by the time I had you paid...
Oh, it's all right. Sorry you went to that trouble. I took a cab in. Are you at your office now?
Yes.
I'll be right over.
I hope the Home Office didn't think I was foolish asking for your help in this matter, but...
Oh, no, they didn't. Not after paying off 4 policies in one employee group in so short a time.
Well, that's the way I figured it. Accidental deaths at the oil wells are one thing, but, well, murder puts a different light on it.
Yeah, it usually does. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Employees Cooperative Group Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the syndicate matter. Expense account item 1, $106.40, airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Dallas, including cab fare to the Alamo building, where I contacted Wilbur Runyon, manager of your Southwestern Division.
You, read my report to the Home Office, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, what there was of it.
Well, there isn't much I can add to it, I'm afraid. Even the sheriff at Tupelo doesn't know any more than what I wrote. With the new oil strike, Tupelo's a boom town. That always means a certain amount of trouble.
4 murders seems like an extra large helping, though, even for a boomtown.
I don't know what to think of it. Of course, practically every man working in that field is insured with us under the group plan, so it isn't unusual that we've paid off in all 4 cases.
No, but it is unusual for all 4 men to die the same way. You said that in each case the victim had been beaten to death. The murders all followed the same pattern. That would seem to indicate that they'd all been done by the same person, or persons.
Oh, that's right. And collecting the insurance money might seem to be the answer if all the policies had been made out to the same beneficiary, but they weren't.
Who did benefit?
In all 4 cases, the wife of the victim.
Well, that still doesn't rule out a syndicate.
What do you mean?
Killers can be hired, Mr. Runyon. They collect their share of the insurance after an unhappy wife becomes a merry widow.
Not in this case.
Why not?
Oil company that made the strike at Tupelo is one of the best. They pay the premiums for their employees. No payroll deduction.
So?
So, 2 of the wives who collected didn't even know about the insurance until we contacted them.
That could be an act.
I'll let you judge that for yourself. Now, last man killed was a driller named Gonzalez, Mexican. I haven't paid the claim yet. I asked his wife to come in this afternoon to pick up the check. She'll be here in a minute.
This money comes from the men who killed my husband?
No, Mrs. Gonzalez. It's insurance, life insurance the oil company paid for.
$2,000?
Well, that's right, ma'am.
You have a family, Mrs. Gonzalez? Somebody you can go to?
My mother, my brother in Sonora. But my husband, Manuel, he always wanted the baby to be born here in Estados Unidos. Everything was going to be so good.
Did your husband have any enemies?
Enemies for what, senor? He never hurt nobody.
There were 3 other men killed, Mrs. Gonzalez. Did he know any of them?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. We were in Tupelo for only 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
I forgot to mention that in my report, Dollar. All the men killed have been newcomers to the Tupelo field.
Where'd they work before they came there? They all come in from the same job someplace else?
Oh, no, all came from different places. None of them had worked for a couple of months before hitting Tupelo, according to employment records.
Was your husband out of work for a long time before you went to Tupelo, Mrs. Gonzalez?
Senor, we have no money. He worried all the time.
Did your husband drink or gamble?
Oh, no, senor. He was a good man. He tried hard to work every day, even when he was hurt.
Hurt? Where? How?
Well, it was some accident at the well.
You know anything about that, Runyon?
No, but one of the other women mentioned the same thing. An accident the week before the killing.
What did your husband say about his accident, Mrs. Gonzalez?
Well, he told me he falls off, but he has marks all over. For 2 days he stayed in bed. I tried to make him stay longer, but he cried. He said he must get up and go back to work. He said he's afraid he will lose the job.
Well, not for an on-the-job injury, he wouldn't.
Well, there isn't any record of an on-the-job injury, Dollar.
He was afraid for something. He won't tell him, but he was afraid.
How do I get to Tupelo?
Trailways bus depot right across the street. But like I said, even the sheriff is stumped on this one.
I'm not going to see the sheriff. I'm going to get myself a job in that oil field.
Oh, I see. Want me to contact the company, make sure there's an opening?
No, don't contact anybody. We already know of 4 openings. Expense account item 2, $5.20 for a used suit of dungarees and a pair of work shoes. Item 3, $6.12. Bus fare from Dallas to the Tupelo oil field. I found quarters in a rundown boarding house, and at 7 the next morning I was at the employment office. Before 9 a.m., I had a shovel in my hand and was digging a sludge pit.
Hey, you, the new man. Knock off a minute.
You talking to me?
Yeah, come here. What's your name?
Johnny Dollar.
Well, I'm Bull Farrell, straw boss on this job.
Hi.
Smoke?
No, thanks.
New man comes on the job, I like to get to know him. Help him along if I can. Where'd you work last before you come here?
I was out of a job for quite a while.
Oh, that's too bad. No money coming in gets rough on a fella.
Yeah.
You broke? I ain't being nosy, Dollar. Just thought if you was, I might figure out a way to help.
Thanks. I'll get by all right.
Well, if you do get stuck, let me know. All right, you can go back to work.
He was friendly, all right. A little too friendly. I was a stranger, but he wanted to help me out with money. And when I said I didn't need it, he didn't like it. was too late to go back to him without making him wonder. I had to figure out a way to make him offer again. By lunchtime, I had it figured. I left the well and crossed the field to the office. Went up to the payroll window.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, I just signed on this morning. When's payday?
Weekend Wednesday. You get your money Thursday.
Any chance of getting a little advance? I'm broke.
Your first day on the job, what do you think this is?
Well, I gotta get by until payday. I gotta eat.
I can't help that. Advances are against the rules.
Well, thanks anyhow.
Hey, just a minute.
Yeah?
You need some money. See Bull Farrell.
See Bull Farrell. All roads led back to the straw boss. And seeing him wasn't hard. He was leaning against the wall of the payroll shack when I came out.
Hey, Dollar, wait up. Bracing the cashier for an advance, huh? I could have told you that wouldn't work.
You're right, it didn't.
Why didn't you come to me like I told you?
All right. You want to lend me some money?
Well, I wish I could, but I'm just a working stiff myself.
Well, then why the offer?
I thought I'd send you to Frankie Roebling. Runs the tool department. Aunt or somebody died and left him a bundle. He likes to help guys along.
Just like that, huh?
Well, he'll expect a little something for his trouble, a little interest. After all, he's taking a chance. You're new on the job. You want to see him or don't you?
Yeah, I want to see him. You said the tool shack?
Don't bother him on the job. Room 12, the Tupelo Hotel, tonight.
I'm looking for Frankie Roebling.
I'm Roebling. You Dollar or Prescott?
Johnny Dollar.
Deal me out of credit. Come on to the next room, Dollar. I understand you need some dough.
That's right.
How much?
How much can I get?
Enough to live on until payday. If you ain't planning on taking any trips, where do you live?
Kilgallen's boarding house.
$20 see you through?
Sounds all right.
Yeah. And on payday, you'll drop in and give me the 30 back, right?
30 for 20?
Well, just to show you appreciate the favor. Well, you wanted it, don't you?
All right. You want me to sign some kind of a note? And I owe you?
What for? I'll remember it. And if you forget, I'll remind you.
$20 and 4 dead workmen. There was a big gap, no way of linking them together. But somewhere the pieces had to fit. Then Thursday came and I drew my first pay.
Hi, Dollar. Get your dough all right?
Huh? Oh, yeah, Bull. I got it. $32.80.
Well, only 3 days. Frankie Roebling will be expecting to see you tonight.
I know.
He just asked me to remind you. Some of these roughnecks get absent-minded and makes it tough on everybody, especially themselves.
Don't worry, Bull. I got a good memory. More than 50 men were in Roebling's room that night. All of them in work clothes, all of them giving him money, and none of them enjoying it. I waited until the last of them paid up and drifted out.
Well, Dollar, I see you hanging back where the other boys are shelling out.
I wanted to see you alone.
Yeah, I know. That means you want to talk, and when you want to talk, it means you want to stall about paying.
I only had 3 days' pay coming.
You knew that when you borrowed the money.
I had the boarding house to pay. I have to live, don't I?
Do you?
All I'm asking for is more time.
All right, Dollar. I'll give you more time. Next payday. Only then it'll be $40, not 30.
Suppose I say I won't pay it. What do you do then, Roebling? Take me outside?
You thinking of getting hard, Dollar?
No, Roebling. Just curious.
Yeah. Big, too, ain't you? Big, hard guy. Next week, $40. I figure by next week you may soften up.
star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. I went into a couple of the honky-tonks along the main drag and tried to strike up conversations with men I'd seen in Roebling's room. But they shied away from the subject like skittish horses. I was ready to give it up when a man I recognized from the job came over and set his beer down next to mine.
Mind if I sit down?
Help yourself.
My name's Prescott, Wally Prescott.
Yeah, I know. You were behind me in the pay line this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I saw you up at Roebling's room tonight. What were you doing there? Paying off?
Yeah. I saw you, too. But you didn't pay off.
How do you know?
I heard some talk later. Roebling and Bull Farrell. It's none of my business, maybe, but you better pay.
I'm short of cash.
Look, a lot of us are short. I'm just telling you for your own good. I'm on the hook myself.
If they don't like it, let them sue me.
That isn't the way they work it.
How do they work it?
Vronsky and a couple of the others could tell you. If you don't pay up in full by next week, you're liable to get worked over. That doesn't convince you?
Yeah?
Well, a few guys have died around here since the field opened.
Too bad a few guys didn't have a talk with the sheriff instead.
About what? A beating in a dark alley from a bunch of guys you can't identify? What would it prove? And what happens next when the guys you want behind bars can't be put there? Every payday, I just about managed to pay off. I got a wife and 2 kids, so I got to borrow all over again to feed them. Vronsky's in the same boat. So are a dozen others.
I wanted to walk and think about it. I left the main drag behind and started toward the boarding house, cutting across lots on the graveled walks between the trailers.
Mister,
Yeah?
could you give me a hand?
Where are you?
Back here into the trailer.
What's the matter?
Oh, so this butane tank's clogged or something. My stove won't work. You got a flashlight?
No, I'll see what I can do, though. Haven't you got a... Oh! Waves of pain swirled over me, and then I was sucked down into a whirlpool of blackness. When I came out of it, I was alone. I could feel the gravel biting into the side of my face. After a while, I managed to get on my feet, make my way to the boarding house. I fell across the bed with my clothes on and passed out again. Oh. Come in.
Well, what happened to you, Dollar?
I had a little accident, Bo. Isn't that what usually happens?
Rough town. I'd have known better than to get liquored up on pay night. I'd have known that's what happened when you didn't show for work this morning.
Why don't you save it? We're alone.
Oh. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You and Roebling had me worked over.
I wouldn't go around saying foolish things I couldn't prove if I was you. Things could be worse, you know. You might have been hurt as bad as Prescott was.
Prescott?
Yeah. He got you talking through a bottle last night, and somebody resented it. He's over at the hospital. Ain't saying much today, though. Guess he's sobered up.
Guy with 2 kids.
Probably lose a whole week's work. Roebling likes him, though. He'll see him through. You better be back on the job tomorrow, though. You got obligations, too, you know. They're due next Thursday.
Don't worry, Bull. I'll be paid off in full. Expense account item 4. $5 to Dr. Wayne Libet of Tupelo for patching up some of the damage done by Frankie Roebling's bill collectors. Item 5, 80 cents, round-trip bus fare to the county seat at Langham, where I laid the story on the line for Sheriff Arthur McMahon.
How much of this can you prove, Dollar?
Not a speck of it.
I could probably put a couple of deputies on it, and with luck, we might be able to hang a loan shark charge on Roebling.
He'd get bail and scare all the witnesses out of town in 5 minutes.
Sure he would. Besides, I want him for murders. I want him as bad as you do.
Yeah, I know it.
Everybody's been on my neck for this Tupelo mess. Letters from civic groups. They all come to churches. They yell for action, but they forget about evidence. When they get in a position where they could testify personally, that's when they lose their tongues.
Prescott can testify to the setup.
You think he'll testify now? After what happened to him just because he gave you a warning? Can he point to one single man and line up and say he did it?
No, neither can I. Wait a minute. Suppose you got them trying to kill somebody before they succeeded.
What do you mean?
I was jumped last night for failing to pay Roebling. Gonzalez and the others drew one beating that way before they were killed.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Roebling expects me to kick him with $40 next Thursday night. Suppose I don't pay him again.
You willing to be the clay pigeon on this?
If you keep me tagged next Thursday night from the minute I leave that hotel.
I'll be there. But if we stop them from killing you, we still wind up with an assault charge.
They all know they've done murder before, though, Sheriff. When you take them in and split them in different cells, each one is going to be worrying about how much the others are talking. Somebody in that syndicate is going to get nervous. I went back to the job. For the first couple of days, my head throbbed and my sides ached until the beating finally wore off. Bull Farrell was at his post outside the payroll shack when Thursday came. I saw him speak to a couple of the men. With me, he didn't think it was necessary. When we knocked off for the day, I headed straight for the Tupelo Hotel in Roebling's room.
Hello, Dollar.
Hello, Roebling.
Come up on business or just to talk again?
I came up to tell you I couldn't pay you this week.
Oh, it's too bad. I'm sorry to hear it.
I had an accident. Had to pay a doctor bill. I borrowed $20 from you, and you'll get it next week. $20.
That's bad business, Dollar, to lend money without interest.
You gonna do something about it?
A big guy like you? No, you're too big for me. Much too big. You know what I'm gonna do?
I got an idea.
I'm gonna make that 20 a gift, Dollar, from me to you. No strings. No strings at all.
I left the hotel and hit the main drag as I had the week before. I started to sweat. If the sheriff and his deputies were around, I couldn't see him. I pretended to have quite a few drinks in a half a dozen bars before I headed for the boarding house. Once I got away from the center of town, the streets were like a cemetery.
Hey, Dollar?
Who's that?
Bull Farrell. Friends of yours with me. Fellas you met last week. Want to take you to a party with us.
No, thanks.
Come on, boys. We can do it here. All right, come on. Should have listened to Prescott. He told you a couple of guys was killed. Okay, boys. Give them the full job this time.
All right, that's enough. I got 4 deputies riding herd on this party. First one of you that moves stops a bullet. Now, just stand there and get your hands up. You all right, Dollar?
Yeah. Where the devil were you?
Passed you in the car on the way out, turned into the driveway across the street.
How'd you know where to stake out?
This big mouth laid it out for his playmates in the hotel bar right after you left. My deputy was standing less than 10 feet away from him.
Okay, so I start to beat a guy up. Let's get in and pay the fine.
Sure, I got a half dozen murder warrants here in the name of John Doe, too. What do you want to do about them?
Where's your corpse? You kidding?
No, I'm not. Prescott and Bronski and 20 other men are in jail right now, protective custody. And they've all made statements. Some one of them is bound to recognize one of your boys.
Sure. We got all of you except Frankie Roebling. He's the boy who's going to pay the fine, Bull. While you sweat it out, he'll pay a fine for loan sharking and then get out of the state.
Who are you bluffing? You guys keep your mouths shut. You got nothing on any of us.
Let's all go in and wait and see, huh?
They wavered, but they didn't break. We knew that by Monday morning, Roebling would have a high-powered attorney in to spring him on a writ. Roebling was getting jittery himself, though. He didn't know what was going on inside, and it was killing him. We watched him from the upper window of the courthouse.
Look at him down there. He's more nervous than the ones we got here under lock and key.
Yeah, been hanging around all day.
If I could only get him in here for 24 hours.
On the loan charge? He'd bail himself out before he got the key turned. Hey, who is that he's talking to?
Jailer. Going over to the cafe to get supper for the others. Every time he crosses the street, Roebling tries to pump him.
Oh, that's a frightened man, Sheriff. He could blow up any minute.
Not unless we find a way to light the fuse.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe we can get a match under him.
How?
By putting on a show for his benefit. Suppose he thought we were going to bring Bull in here tonight and work him over.
I don't handle prisoners that way, Dollar.
You don't have to. All we want is for Roebling to think you're doing it. Is there a telephone over in that cafe?
Yeah.
Call over and get your jailer. On the way back, he can tell Roebling that Bull's getting a workout tonight.
I don't get what you're driving at.
Where do you think Roebling will be tonight after he gets that piece of information?
Right down there where he is now, sweating it out by proxy.
Sure he will.
Then what?
About 10 o'clock, get Bull out of the cell and bring him in here.
I won't manhandle him, Dollar.
Listen to me, will you? You bring him in and seat him over there. If Roebling's across the street, he'll see it.
Yeah?
Who's that deputy of yours, the big guy?
Mike Larkin?
Yeah. After we get Bull in here, we pull the shades. Then we march him right out again and put Larkin in that chair instead. If we can stage it right, we put the overhead lights out and turn that desk lamp on the chair so it throws shadows against the shade. From where Roebling stands, it'll look like the shadow in the chair is Bull's. We can also make it look like we're giving him a terrific beating.
And what?
What would you do if you actually got a confession out of somebody in this room?
Go in the next office, type it up, have him sign it?
So that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Typewriter in there is right next to the window. Then you bring Bull in to sign it.
He won't sign a confession.
No, but he'll sign a denial. It isn't what Bull signs that matters. It's what Roebling thinks Bull Farrell is signing.
What's the idea? What are you pulling me in here for?
Won't take a minute, Bull. Just want you to sign this.
Sign what? What is it?
You can read it. It's a statement you made when we brought you in, denying any connection with the murder.
What do I have to sign it for?
Routine, Bull.
All right. Give me a pen. Let me get back to sleep.
Here. Use mine. Shake hands, friend. You've been a real big help.
All right, Joe, take him back to cell. Yeah, here's hoping, brother.
Won't take long to know, Sheriff, if Roebling thinks that...
McMahon. Yeah, Charlie? Good. No, I'll handle it myself. Let's go, darling.
It worked?
Yeah. The deputy I staked out at the cafe said Roebling bolted like a rabbit as soon as Bull took your fountain pen. We'll get him at the hotel.
And that about wound it up. There were 6 of them altogether. Bull steered the suckers to Roebling for half his take and kept a staff of 3 muscle men to enforce the payoffs. The girl who got me into that dark trailer park was the wife of one of the muscle boys. Expense account item 6, same as combined totals of items 1 and 3, $112.52. Transportation from Tupelo to Dallas and back to Hartford again. Incidentals and miscellaneous were covered by my earnings on the well job, proving that I live within my means. Expense account total, $236.04. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Philip Shaw, Johnny.
Oh, yes, Mr. Shaw.
Our company holds a policy on Miss Judith Thompson. She was killed.
How?
Somebody shot her. You'll have to go to Los Angeles.
I'll book space right away.
Come on down to the office as soon as you can, and I'll give you the details.
Shower and a shave, and I'm yours. We'll return to our program in a moment. But first, I'd like to say a few words about jamming. And I don't mean Mother's Preserve. During wartime, it has frequently been the practice of an enemy country to jam our radio communications. That is, to cut into our broadcasting with broadcasting of their own so that our radio messages cannot be received with any degree of clarity. There was a time when our civilian radio broadcasts were jammed too, unintentional though it was. As you can imagine, it was quite a mess, and still could be. Can you imagine what would happen today if there was no coordination among our many radio and TV stations? Or if the telephone companies didn't cooperate? When radio broadcasting first began in our country, each station chose its own call letters, power, and spot on the dial. It wasn't long before 2 or 3 stations would try to come in on the same spot, and the poor listener couldn't understand a thing he heard. So, to get things organized, the Federal Communications Commission was born. Licenses were issued to each station and to qualified operating engineers. The same thing now applies to TV stations. Today, a radio or TV station may request certain call letters, and if no one else has them, the call letters are issued. But power and the spot on the dial are restricted by laws of nature, and the FCC engineers don't have much choice in what they tell the station operator he can or cannot do. With the telephone and telegraph, however, the situation is different. The FCC makes sure the rates are fair both to the company and to the consumer, and that all the independent companies work together so that someone in Japan or Germany, for example, can call someone else in New York with practically no delay or trouble. So the next time you pick up a stateside broadcast loud and clear, or hear everything your family says to you over the telephone, just remember that you have the Federal Communications Commission to thank. Submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, National All Risk Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Black Doll matter. Expense account item 1, $189.95. Plane fare and incidentals to Los Angeles, California. I arrived at 10 o'clock the morning of the 12th and went directly to Hollywood, where I registered at the Wentworth Hotel. Then proceeded to Central Division Homicide and Lieutenant Brickford.
Got a teletype this morning that you were coming, Doll. Supposed to give you all the help I can.
Oh, I'll be glad to have it. Can you tell me something about the dead woman?
Well, shot once with a 38 in the chest. Killed between 1 and 2, night before last.
Any suspects?
We've been checking on the people she knew. Talked to several of them. Couple, Mr. and Mrs. Lyon, a girlfriend, Miss June Fisher. She'd seen her during the day, but can't tell us very much. The Lyons hadn't seen her for several days. They couldn't give us any reason why someone might kill her. We've got some more names we've got to run down. Boyfriend, William Carnes. Works for Timken Aircraft. Test pilot. Girlfriend says Carnes and the dead girl started seeing each other about 2 weeks ago, but she didn't believe it was anything particularly serious.
She was killed in her apartment.
Yes. Killer entered by a back door, ripped the screen, but wasn't robbery. Nothing was touched.
Somebody just walked in and killed her.
Yeah. That's the way it looks. Lab hasn't come up with anything that'll help so far. No prints. They got the bullet, but we need the gun.
What did she do that night?
Well, that's something we still got to find out. We are pretty sure she went out. There were some clothes on the chair, slacks and a coat. Wouldn't wear the coat around the house.
What about this boyfriend?
I was going out to talk to him this morning. I wanted to check on him first. Pilot in the last war. Went to work for Timken right after he was discharged. Seemed like a pretty solid citizen.
A lot of citizens are pretty solid until they kill somebody.
Yeah. Well, you want to run out the field with me?
If you don't mind.
Well, not a bit. Give me somebody to talk to.
25 minutes later, we were driving through the gate at Timken Aircraft. As we passed the long, low line of gray buildings, I saw a plane sitting on the starting line. A bullet-shaped jet with stubby, swept-back wings. Inside the main building, we were shown into Mr. Rudolph Timken's big presidential office. Oh, come in, gentlemen. Which is Lieutenant Brickford?
I am, sir. This is Mr. Dollar.
I'm pleased to know you. What can I do for you?
Well, we'd like to talk to one of your pilots, Mr. Timken. William Carnes.
Bill? Oh, certainly, but I'm afraid you'll have to wait a while. He's just getting ready to take up the XR-200. Is that the jet I saw on the line? Yes, it's a beauty. Oh, thank you. We think it's the best. Hey, if you'd like to come out on the field, this test isn't security. The last 2 years we've been under wraps, but since we got the bugs out and the Army's given us a contract, would you like to watch? Oh, sure would. Timken took us out in the field, and we watched the jet take off and climb toward the west. It circled, climbing till it was out of sight. We kept watching and waiting. A cool breeze was coming in from the ocean, and the sun was warm on our faces. Finally, we saw it. Here he comes.
Can't even hear him.
He's traveling faster than sound. So do you fly, Mr. Dollar? Only when I've got an expense account.
How fast would you say he's going?
You'd be very surprised, Lieutenant. Even the Army was. Hey, impressed?
Yeah. I'll stick to being a cop.
He's in his turn now. Yeah. Now, come in across field. He's even lower. Here he is.
on the field until William Carnes landed the plane. Then we went back to Timken's office. The president of Timken Aircraft gave orders for Carnes to report as soon as he could. And about 20 minutes later, the young pilot was shown in. Timken introduced us and then left.
What can I do for you, Lieutenant? Just a few questions. Do you know a Miss Judith Thompson?
Yeah, what's wrong?
She's dead. Somebody killed her.
Killed her? Don't you read the papers, Bill?
Yeah, well, usually, but I've been so busy the last couple of days. She was killed night before last. What did you do night before last?
Stayed home.
Any way of proving it?
Well, no, I live alone. I just stayed in.
You don't think I killed her?
You've known her for about 2 weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess it's been about 2 weeks. She's a nice kid. Awfully nice kid. Sorry about it.
And you stayed home the night of the 10th?
That's right.
All night?
Well, you'll find out sooner or later.
No.
I wasn't her. I took her out the night of the 10th, and I knew she'd been killed. But look, honest, I had nothing to do with it.
Why'd you lie about it?
Because I'm married. No, we're not living together. We're separated. My wife's living in Chicago now with her folks. Always kind of hoped we'd get back together, but if I got mixed up in a killing...
You got mixed up the night you took Judith Thompson out?
Look, I was lonesome. Judy was a pretty kid. I saw her about 6 times in 2 weeks. It helped. But I'm in love with my wife. I've always been in love with her. You can understand it, can't you?
Sure.
The night of the 10th, where did you and Judy go? To the beach. Went down on the pier and played the concession.
When did you get home?
I don't know. I guess about 11:30 or so. Yeah, somewhere about that time, 11:30 or 12.
You go right home?
Yeah, right home. That's true.
Anything happened during the evening? Anything unusual?
Unusual? Anybody following you? No.
Judy seemed nervous or anything?
No, she was fine. She didn't act nervous or anything.
Okay.
Is that all?
Yeah, for now. We'll talk to you again.
All right, but I sure wish you wouldn't tell the papers.
Tell the papers?
Well, about me. Being the one who took her out that night. Would finish me for good with my wife. I wouldn't have a chance. The family doesn't like me as it is.
Why did you and your wife split up?
My job. I don't really blame her. It's tough for a woman to sit around the house when her old man is flying new stuff. What am I going to do? I guess I love flying about as much as I do my wife. Just keep hoping she'll understand and... I don't know. It's a mess.
Well, we'll see you later.
Okay, Lieutenant. Nice meeting you, Mr. Dollar.
Nice meeting you. We left Carnes sitting in the big office and located Timken. We thanked him for his cooperation, then went out to the car. We were about to drive away when Bill Carnes ran out of the building.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Just thought of something.
Yeah? What is it?
Well, I doubt if it means anything. In fact, I forgot all about it until just a minute ago.
Something about the other night?
Yeah. When we were down on the pier on the fight, playing the concession, I down there had a fight.
Fight?
Yeah, that's a shooting gallery. I spent about $2 knocking down fights and winning coupons. When I got done, Judy wanted one of the dolls, the plaster prizes.
Yeah?
This was a big black one, about this big. And the guy wouldn't give it to me.
You got in a fight with him?
Oh, darn near. I bought enough coupons for the doll, but he said it wasn't a prize. And I said, what have you got it up on the shelf for? Judy wanted it, so I finally made him give it to me. Then we had to fight him for it. It wasn't so much the doll, it was the principle. I hate to be had like that.
No.
I know it isn't much, but it was kind of strange. Of course, I don't know what it could have to do with Judy.
Well, you never know. Did she take the doll home with her?
Well, yeah, sure. And a lot of other things we won, kind of junk.
Okay, Bill. Thanks a lot.
Sure. See you later.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Go on.
About the fight? Yeah. Said she took the doll home with her.
Why? Wasn't it in the apartment?
No. All the other junk from the pier was. I remember it scattered all over the dresser.
Scattered?
Yeah. But no big black doll.
You were right.
About what?
That is funny.
Many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? According to historians, no other single man ever did as much for a country as this president did for the United States. After a brilliant military career, he was called from retirement to preside at a federal convention in Philadelphia, where he was unanimously chosen president. He was also unanimously reelected for a second term, but refused to run for a third. Although a Federalist, he named a man from another party, Thomas Jefferson, as Secretary of State. If you don't have his name by now, here are two more clues. During his presidency, the cotton gin was invented, and the first census was taken. Who was he? George Washington, first president of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage. And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. Lieutenant Brickford drove across town to the dead girl's apartment just off Franklin Avenue in Hollywood. A uniformed cop was still staked out at the door. He gave Brickford a casual salute as we let ourselves in. Yeah, body was here. Shot from where? From over here. And position of the body and wound puts the killer somewhere in this area here. Which way is the back door? Through there. And here's the stuff on the dresser. Uh-huh. Everything you'd win at an amusement fair. Everything but a big black doll. Why would a plaster doll be so important? I couldn't even guess. Well, it's the only lead you've got so far. You want to check it, I suppose. Concessions on the pier open around 6. You got any plans for this evening? I'm with you. Let's go talk to Bill Carnes again. I think it'd be a good idea if he came along with us tonight. We left the dead girl's apartment and drove back across town to Bill Carnes' home near the Timpkin Aircraft Factory. Bill met us at the door and showed us into an attractive living room. To find out any more about... about Judy? Not yet. We'd like to know some more about your argument at the pier. Well, I told you just about everything. It started over the doll. That's right. You're sure Judy had the doll with her when she went home? Well, yeah, I'm positive. Saw her take it into the house, had her arms full of that stuff we want. The doll was the biggest of the bunch. You can't remember anything unusual about the doll? Unusual? No? No, it's just a big black doll about this big, holding an ashtray. You'd know this guy again? Oh, sure, I know. He runs a concession. At least he was the only one there. Well, can you go down with us tonight? To the pier? Yeah. Yeah, sure. You think the argument had something to do with Judy getting killed? We don't know. But that black doll wasn't in her apartment. It wasn't? Well, I saw her take it in with her. Well, it looks like somebody else took it out. Expense account item 2, $14.55. Dinner for Brickford, Carnes, and myself. A short drive later, we pulled into the big parking lot on the amusement pier. As we got out of the car, the roller coaster reached the top of the first dip high above us and started down. We crossed the parking lot and walked out on the pier. I haven't been down here in a long time. Where's the shooting gallery? It's down at the other end. We walked the length of the pier until we reached the shooting gallery where Bill had won the black doll.
All right, step up and sign that up.
The man running the concession was in his late 40s, short, stocky, and bald. We stopped a few yards away. That's the man? No, he's not the one.
All right, come on, boys. Turn it up. There's 6 shots for a point.
What can we win?
Anything on the shelf.
On the top shelf, one just like it. How about the big black doll?
Sure, but you gotta hit all the clay pipes.
Well, go ahead, darling. Aren't you gonna try it? If you don't hit them all. Okay.
There you are.
Hey, now, boys, how about another round?
No, I'll just take the doll.
Sure, how about you boys not going to let him fill you up now, are you?
He already did.
Another round and you can win a carton of cigarettes.
Just the doll.
Okay. There you are. The way you shoot, you could win anything I got here.
Say, you the only man who runs this place?
Yeah, right.
You weren't running it 3 nights ago.
Well, what do you mean?
The taller guy, younger than you, nasty disposition. He was here then.
Oh, you mean Charlie?
If that's his name.
Yeah, here you get work for me.
Where is he?
Why, that's for the examination.
We just want to know where he is.
Oh? Are you a cop?
Why?
Hey, you act like a cop.
You win yourself a dolly. Where is he?
I don't know. He quit.
When did he quit?
Last night.
What's his full name?
Charlie Gilbert.
Where can we find him?
I don't know.
He worked for you and you don't know where he lives?
That's right. I gave him a job one night. Didn't ask him where he lived.
Why did he quit?
How do I know? Just quit. Said he was through and took his pay. Ain't nothing illegal about that, is there?
You ever been arrested?
Me?
You.
No.
I want you to tell me everything you know about Charlie Gilbert.
Rick and I questioned and cross-questioned the manager of the shooting gallery. He said his name was Virgil Wellman, but he'd never seen Charlie Gilbert till the night he'd hired him 3 weeks before. He knew very little about the man, but readily admitted Gilbert had a bad temper. He swore he didn't know where Gilbert lived or what he did in his spare time. Well, we left the pier and drove Bill home. The lieutenant dropped me off at my hotel. Oh, thanks.
Thanks for the dinner.
What happens now?
Well, get some sleep and try to find Gilbert.
Well, you got a pretty good description.
Yeah. I'll put out an APB and take the mugs. Just might have a record. I'm going to check on that guy at the shooting gallery, too. I think I've seen that face somewhere.
What are you going to do with the doll? Have the lab look it over? Bet you don't find anything.
Then I'll give it back to you. You want it.
Gee, thanks. It's just what I always wanted.
It's nice.
Good night. I went to my room, climbed into bed, and tried to put the puzzle together. After a half dozen cigarettes, I gave up and turned off the light. I felt as though I'd hardly fallen asleep. Okay. Yeah. All right, sure. Johnny Dollar.
This is Blakeman.
Oh, right. Hey, what time is it?
2 o'clock?
Goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute. Something important.
Okay. Let me wake up.
Well, this will wake you up. About an hour ago, they hauled a man out of the ocean. Been shot twice. About 36 hours.
Who is he?
I don't know. No identification. Nothing in our file on his print. So we sent for a kickback from Washington.
Why is this corpse so important?
Because he fits the description Carnes and Wellman gave us.
Gilbert?
Yeah. And I went through the mugs and came up with an identification on the guy who was running the shooting gallery tonight. I knew I'd seen him before.
Who is he?
Right name's Virgil Shelton. Wellman's an alias. Got a narcotics record. Served 5 years. Only been out for a couple of months.
Well, that sounds interesting. How about the dead man you found in the ocean? Carnes coming in to make an identification?
Already sent for him. You coming down?
Right away. Expense account item 3, $2.60 cab fare to the city hall, where I went directly to homicide and Lieutenant Brickford. Carnes had not yet arrived, so Brickford showed me the mug and record on the shooting gallery owner, then took me down to the morgue. The man they pulled out of the sea certainly fitted the description of Gilbert. Shortly afterward, Carnes was shown in to make the identification.
Yeah. That Gilbert? That's the man I had the argument with. You sure?
Yeah. I'm sure. Lieutenant, he said he'd been dead about 36 hours.
Close.
And he was killed shortly after the girl was.
Yeah. Hey, here's the kickback we were waiting for, Dollar. Prints on the dead man identify him as Frank Sidney, alias Charles Sidney, alias Sidney Gilbert.
Alias Charles Gilbert.
Yeah. FBI wants him, narcotics rap.
Well, it sure gives him something in common with the guy at the shooting gallery tonight.
Let's take another ride down to that pier. first positive connection. Both of the men who worked at the shooting gallery had federal records and were wanted on narcotics raps. Now all we had to find out is why the girl was killed, who did it, and how did the missing black doll figure. Bickford told Sergeant Hardy to take Carnes home. Then we went down in the garage and climbed into the lieutenant's car. 25 minutes later, we were back at the amusement pier. The concessions were all closed. The entire pier was dark except for a few work lights at the entrance. We walked to the shooting gallery and stopped. Could be a front. Yeah, it could. The lab find out anything about the doll?
No thing. Well, remind me to give it to you.
Yeah, I'll tie a string around my finger.
Yeah, let's take a look around back.
You know, I got a hunch.
About the doll?
Yeah, probably the same one you've got. Suppose the doll Carnes had the argument about was supposed to be picked up by a particular party, expected about the time Carnes arrived.
Yeah. That doll you won tonight's hollow. Big space. Could hold a couple of bindles.
Nice way to pass the stuff, huh? Oh, hold it. Boat coming in at the end of the pier.
Come on. Let's take a look. You got a gun?
Yeah. Might just be a fisherman.
Might, but I doubt it.
Better take it easy. The boat was pulled up to a small landing where a ladder led down from a spot a few yards away from it. We got down on our hands and knees and crawled to the pier railing for a better look. Below us, we could make out 2 men in the boat and 2 on the landing. One of the men in the boat stood at the wheel while the other passed a large crate to the men on the landing.
Okay. Now let's get out of here. We gotta be in Fresno by 7.
Hold it right there.
Look out! Look out!
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's dead.
Hey, Virgil's still with us. Yeah. Take his gun for a second. I want to look in that box. Yeah. You got a match?
Yeah, right here.
Well, looky here. Dolls. Big black dolls. And look what's inside. Mr. Dollar, looks like we've just cracked a king-size narcotics ring.
Sure looks that way, Lieutenant. Lived long enough to tell us the whole thing. Once a week, one of the big black dolls was passed through a pickup. The night Carnes had the argument was one of those times. Gilbert knew he couldn't take a chance on a fight that would bring the police, so he gave Carnes the doll, closed the shooting gallery, and followed. Judith Thompson surprised him in the act of stealing the doll, and he had to kill her. Virgil Wellman knew Carnes would be able to identify Gilbert, and with a murder, the police would be sure to investigate. So he killed Gilbert and dumped him off the pier. Expense account items 4, 5, and 6. $260.50. Hotel bill, breakfast, and plane fare back to Hartford. Lieutenant Bickford drove me to the airport, thanked me, and gave me the big black doll I'd won at the shooting gallery. It looks awful, but it makes a fair ashtray. Expense account total, $467.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
You've been listening to some of the best in radio drama with Suspense and Johnny Dollar. Be sure and join us again tomorrow night at the same time, 9:05, when FEN presents My Favorite Husband and the Great Gildersleeve.
WBBM FM, Chicago.
Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Donald Maynard, Johnny.
Oh, hello, Mr. Maynard.
You employed?
No, not a bit. Just closed out a case.
Fine. Can you go to New York?
Yeah, I guess so. What's it all about?
Well, this company insures Maury Productions Incorporated. It's a film television company shooting in New York. The star is Philip Maury.
Uh-huh.
Well, production stopped last Wednesday. We were notified that Maury had suffered a breakdown and couldn't continue for a while. It's costing us plenty. They've got a pretty big company. Cast and crew are all under contract and have to get paid.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, anything you can. The doctor definitely confirms the breakdown, but he says he's sure it's due to some personal crisis. See what you can find out. See if you can't do something to snap Maury out of it.
Okay.
Right away, huh?
Soon as I pack a bag.
the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you John Lund and another adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Friends, the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum present these weekly adventures of Johnny Dollar because they know that millions of you enjoy Johnny Dollar. That's true of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, too. It's enjoyed by millions, day in and day out. People find that chewing on a smooth, delicious piece of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum somehow makes time pass more pleasantly. Whether you're working, driving, shopping, or just taking things easy, that good, tasty chewing gives you enjoyment and satisfaction. So always keep a package of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy. And whenever you want a refreshing, delicious treat, chew a stick. You'll like it. You really will.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, National Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Philip Maury matter. Expense account item 1, $19.85, train fare and incidentals between Hartford and New York City. Item 2, 75 cents, cab fare to a hotel, where I registered and called the offices of the Maury Production Company. I made an appointment to see Mr. Milton Gradke, the producer. Expense account item 3, 55 cents for another cab to Gradke's well-appointed office on 45th Street.
Really, Mr. Dollar, I'm just as concerned about this situation as the insurance company is. In fact, I'm probably a whole lot more concerned. A whole lot. Well, we've got a schedule to meet. We've got a sponsor and a network to account to. And if our star is sick,
I just came down to see if I could help.
It's a breakdown, Mr. Dollar. Who can help with a breakdown? Are you a doctor?
You're a close friend, huh?
Yes, very close. I can't do anything. How could you?
What caused the breakdown?
Such a question. What causes the breakdown? What causes breakdowns? Again, it's for a doctor to say. I'm only a producer.
Well, the company doctor felt it was something of a personal nature. Something more than just overwork.
Well, I know Phil is sick. He's really in a bad shape. And I know if he doesn't snap out of it, this show is going on the rocks. It may be personal, but that's not for me to say. Phil's had enough trouble in the past. Well, this time he could be ruined.
Who's his personal physician?
Ewing, Charles Ewing. The best man for this sort of thing. I got the best.
I'd like to talk to him.
He's probably over with Phil now.
Oh, fine. I'll stop by.
Oh, he won't allow you to see Phil. You can't see him, Mr. Dollar.
Okay, then I'll just talk to the doctor.
Maybe Ewing's back at his office now. Why don't you go over to his office instead, huh? It'll be a whole lot easier if you go over to
Mr. Gradke.
Yes?
What's the matter? Don't you want me to talk with Philip Maury?
He's sick. Very sick.
You sure that's all?
Of course that's all. You got the doctor's report?
Yeah, but if you don't mind, I'll check it myself. Your company may be in trouble, Mr. Gradke, but my company is paying for it. Expense account item 4, $1.25 for still another cab. Philip Maury was residing in an apartment on Park Avenue. I had trouble getting by the doorman, the receptionist at the switchboard, and the elevator operator, but I got by them. I walked down the third floor of the building and knocked on the door to Philip Morey's apartment.
Yes?
Dr. Ewing?
No, he just left.
My name is Dollar. I'd like to see Mr. Morey.
I'm sorry, no one can see Mr. Morey. He's quite ill.
Who are you?
What business is that of yours?
I'm a special agent for National Life and Casualty. I was sent here to make a report on Mr. Morey's condition.
Then I suggest you talk to Dr. Ewing.
Now, wait a minute.
Look, I told you that...
Hey, Richard. What's the beef? What's going on?
Mr. Morey?
Yeah?
Phil, you better go on back in your room.
What? What do you want, Edward?
My name is Dollar, Mr. Morey.
Okay. What's it all about, huh?
I told him you weren't seeing anyone.
Yeah?
He's from the insurance company.
I don't want any.
You already have it. I just came down here to see if I could help.
Wait a minute. I don't want any insurance. I'm a lousy risk.
Phil.
No. Go on, fella. Beat it, you hear me? Go on.
Okay. Don't get rough. You're in no condition.
You think so, huh?
Look, Mr. Morey, my company got a report that you'd suffered a breakdown.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
It looks to me more like a 90-proof breakdown, and it smells like it, too.
Well, what's it to you?
Plenty. My company's paying a lot of money while you're laid up. As long as it's a legitimate illness, they're obligated to keep on paying.
And if I'm just drunk?
I doubt if my company would think kindly of you, Mr. Morey.
Well, isn't that just too bad?
Mr. Dollar, he didn't start hitting the bottle until last night.
Just forget the excuses. Just drop it. And you get out of here now, huh? Go on, get out.
Okay.
And tell your stinking company I'm gonna stay drunk until we have another blue snow. Okay?
It's fine with me. I'll send you a sled with a coffin on it. I was supposed to help Morey straighten himself out, but this wasn't just a breakdown. He was boiled to the eyebrows. And if you could go on past performances, it was an odds-on bet he'd stay that way. Expense account item 5. $1.35 cab fare from the Park Avenue apartment to the hotel, where I went to the bar to cool off. I had a fast one and was reaching for another when I was interrupted.
Mr. Dollar?
Oh.
I talked with Milt Gradkin. He told me you were staying here.
Okay.
First, let me apologize for what happened.
Forget it.
Can I sit down?
Sure.
We really didn't meet officially. I'm Richard Long. I'm the writer-director on the series.
Well, if Morey stays loaded, you're going to be out of a job.
He just started drinking last night.
Insurance doesn't cover a lost weekend. I'll have to report it. They'll cancel.
It'll be rough. His wife left him.
Oh, that's the reason, huh?
Yeah. She's going to sue. They've been trying to do everything we could to get Phil in shape.
Well, from the way he looked, you'd better forget it.
Well, if this one blows up, he's through. He's finished for good.
It's happened before.
Yeah. But isn't it too bad?
Yeah, I guess it is.
He's one of the biggest talents we've ever had in this business.
And he's gotten into more trouble.
Look, I'm not defending his mistakes, just his talent.
If you're going to ask me not to make that report to my
Mr.
company...
Dollar, I know you've got a job. I know your company can't be expected to keep on paying while Phil's in this condition.
Well, I'm glad you understand.
But they've paid up till now, and believe me, you've got my word, until last night, Phil Morey hadn't touched a drop.
Well, even if that's true, Morey's drinking now, and he looks like he's good for a long, long time. He's fallen off before, hasn't he?
Yes.
He lost his motion picture contract the last time, didn't he?
Yes, but all that straightened itself out.
It looked pretty crooked this afternoon.
This would never have happened in a million years if it wasn't for that wife.
Well, that's another one of his patterns, isn't it? He's been sued by more ex-wives.
Mr. Dollar, I've never said he was right. I never said any of the trouble was anything else but his own fault. But you don't know him. Not many people do. This guy is the most considerate, charitable...
When he's sober.
Listen, if you've got about 12 hours sometime, I'd like to impress you with some of the good things on the other side of the ledger. He's given Janet everything she could want. Sure, he was wrong. He should have belted her one and told her to keep in line. He's made the same mistake with every woman he's ever been involved with, and they've all taken him. Nearly everyone's taken him. Business managers, agents. You think them up, and they've had their fingers in the pie. For a while, it was a pretty big pie.
Sounds like fodder for a good psychoanalyst.
Yeah, but, well, Janet's leaving him was too much. Even as bad as he was, he didn't hit the bottle. He just kind of folded up, but he stayed on the wagon.
Until last night.
Yeah. Her lawyer called, and Phil got to the phone before I did. He was almost well, didn't care if he ever saw her again. The lawyer said lawsuit, and Phil headed for the bar.
Well, a breakdown is one thing, but a drunk is something else. And he doesn't exactly have the cleanest record in the world. A couple of his binges turned into marathons.
Well, I don't know what to do.
That's why I wanted to see him. I was sent down here to straighten him out if I could.
Get that dame to lay off the lawsuit and you can.
Well, maybe she thinks she's got a case. The other wives did all right.
Well, that's why he flipped. He just can't afford it. You got any idea how much alimony he's paying right now?
Yeah, I've heard.
And it's more than just the dough. This one's taking him. He's played it straight all the way. Gave her everything she wanted. Laid off the booze. Really, I know. He tried to make this one work.
And why did she leave him?
She figured it was the right time. He's going good. Still got a lot of money. She's a tramp.
Does he think so?
Well, he does now. I never said anything to him while they were together, and there was a lot I could have said, but, you know, you just don't do those things.
No, it never helps.
After she left him, I finally sat him down and gave it to him straight. He got sore, but he listened, and he started putting things together. She played around all over the place while she was with him, but she did it smart. It's the old story about the husband being the last one to know.
And he took it?
Yeah, and it helped. I really gave it to him, everything I knew.
He must have made quite a study.
Well, she threw a few pitches my way.
Well, if you know all these things, why not let her take it to court? Sounds like you've got enough honor to stop any kind of a suit.
No. I said she played it smart. It's all hearsay. She'd just deny it, and who's going to call her a liar? The guys she was mixed up with?
Maybe.
Not these guys. They were hand-picked.
You said she threw a few pitches your way.
Look, Dollar, Maury's my closest friend. What do you think I'm going to do?
Well, I came down here to see if I could help. But it looks pretty hopeless.
I don't know.
He looked like he was headed for a wet evening. Anyone holding his hand?
Yeah, I left Milt with him. We've been working in shifts.
His wife's name is Janet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where does she live?
55 West 125th Street.
Okay. Why don't you wait for me here?
You going over to see her?
I'm supposed to save my company money, Mr. Long. Maybe Mrs. Morey can suggest something.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. But have you got a better idea?
Good luck.
Friends, Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum is a refreshing, delicious treat you can enjoy just about any time. Even when you're busy working, you can slip a stick of Wrigley's Spearmint in your mouth and enjoy that pleasant chewing. The lively, full-bodied spearmint flavor cools your mouth and freshens your taste. The good, smooth chewing helps relieve pent-up tension, gives you satisfaction. As a result, you seem to feel more relaxed and get more enjoyment out of what you're doing. So enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum while you work, and at other times, too. Get a few packages next time you're at the store. That's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
I left Long in the hotel bar and ran up expense account item 6, $1.45, for one more cab to take me to Mrs. Philip Morey's apartment building. I buzzed for the elevator, and when it arrived, a man stepped out and brushed my shoulder.
Sorry.
I'd seen him before someplace. And while the elevator took me up to the 4th floor, I tried to place him. Oh, I couldn't remember. But for some reason, the man seemed to be important. I got off at the 4th floor, still trying to place the face, and walked down the hall to Mrs. Morey's apartment.
Yes.
Mrs. Morey?
Yes.
My name is Dollar. I'm a special investigator for National Life and Casualty.
Insurance?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, but I...
My company insures your husband's television production.
Oh,
You mind if I come in and talk to you?
no. Come on in. I don't quite understand, Mr.
Dollar.
Mr. Dollar. Sit down, please.
Oh, thanks.
My husband's production company is insured?
That's right.
Insured for what?
Oh, accidents, illness.
Oh. Well, how'd you find me?
Mr. Long.
I see.
I have to make a complete investigation, Mrs. Morey. You see, when your husband was taken ill...
Taken ill?
Well, that's the report that was turned into the company.
Well, I guess you could call it that.
What would you call it?
He's plastered.
You know what that means.
I sure do. I left him. I'm going to get a divorce.
Well, aside from your personal differences, if your husband is just drinking, if that's the reason that production has been held up, my company will cancel his insurance.
So?
He won't be able to get insurance from any other company.
Look, Mr. Dollar, do you know anything about Phil?
Well, just what I've read.
Well, that's been bad, all right, but you've got to live with a guy to really get the full effect. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, I understood he's been a pretty good boy until recently.
Why don't you go talk to my husband?
I saw him earlier today.
How'd you like it?
It was a little tense.
Was he sober?
Not even close.
Well.
But I understand he just started drinking.
Oh, that's dandy. Do you think they're going to tell you that he's been blind for the last month? You can take my word for it. He's no good. I tried. I was number 4, and I certainly tried to do everything I could to make it work.
Well, if it was that bad, I can't blame you. But this will ruin him.
He was ruined the day he was born. Oh, he'll get along. He's still got a lot of money.
After all the alimony he's been paying out?
Mr. Dollar, Phil has made over $6 million since he started in the business. He could still afford a dozen more wives if anyone will have him.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you'll be taken care of.
You bet your life I'll be taken care of. After all I put up with, I deserve to be taken care of. Taken care of good.
Uh-huh. Well...
Oh, you don't have to go. Let me buy you a drink.
Well, sure.
What's your poison?
Anything that's handy. Just water it.
Bourbon?
Fine.
I suppose Richard Long told you what a terrible woman I am.
He mentioned something about it.
Yeah, he would. He's a jealous little fellow. There you are.
Oh, thanks.
Cheers.
Sure.
Richard tried everything he could to break us up. And what a heel. After we'd been married for only a couple of months, Richard started making the old pitch. How do you like that?
Well, I can understand it.
Thanks. But Richard's supposed to be Phil's closest friend.
An attractive woman can fracture a friendship in a hurry, under the right circumstances.
The circumstances were anything but right, Mr. Dollar.
Well, can't blame a man for trying.
Don't you have any scruples?
A couple. But I left them back in the 3rd grade.
Insurance business, huh?
Yeah.
You make a lot of money?
Enough. It has other compensations.
Tell me about them.
Well, good drink now and then.
I bet you meet a lot of interesting people.
Oh, lots.
What'd you say your first name was?
I didn't. But it's Johnny.
Johnny Dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, expensive sound.
You should get a load of my expense account sometime.
I'd love to.
You know, I saw a picture of you once.
Really?
Yeah. In a bathing suit.
I was a model before I met Phil. I had lots of pictures taken in bathing suits.
I think this was taken just before you married him. It was on the front page, showing you were the girl that was going to be the 4th Mrs. Morey.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That was a rather good one.
Rather.
That book there on the table is just full of pictures taken while I was modeling.
Oh? Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm. Browse around.
Oh, I'd love to.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Oh, and here's one. We made a whole bunch of these on the beach. This is the best one of the lot.
Yeah. Nice tan.
Isn't that one cute?
Yeah.
Mr. Dollar,
How's
your drink?
It just curdled.
Let me build you a fresh one.
Oh, no, thanks. I have to go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You won't be, honey.
I don't think I understand that, Johnny.
I'll tell you all about it sometime. It'll give you a real kick. I left Mrs. Morey looking a little worried. And whether she knew it or not, she had a right to be. In one of the pictures she's shown me, I'd spotted the man I'd bumped into coming out of the elevator. And I remembered who he was. Expense account item 7, $1.45. Cab fare back to the hotel, where I told Richard Long about the man in the picture.
Eugene Sweet.
Ever heard of him?
No.
I couldn't remember until I saw that picture. There was a big case in L.A. He was convicted and sentenced. Did 3 years for forgery. I was in on the case.
Sweet. No, I don't know.
And there was a girl mixed up in it.
Janet?
No. But it was an interesting setup. Sweet introduced the girl to a wealthy old man. The girl married the wealthy old man. Now, it seems the girl would have Sweet sign her husband's name to a check, then she'd fill in the amount and cash it. Not big checks. But after about 4 years, they added up.
Well, a man named Swift introduced Phil to Janet. I never did like him. He used to hang around all the time. Phil got tired of him in a hurry and gave him a bounce.
What did he look like?
Oh, he was tall, kind of greasy around the edges, weighed about as much as I do.
Where does he live?
I don't know. I've only seen him a couple of times since Phil got rid of him. Why, you think Swift might be this Sweet or whatever his name is?
Well, it's a long shot, but you never know.
I guess I could find out. Milt might know.
Would Janet?
Sure. She might. Why don't we ask her?
Yeah. Why don't we just go back to her place and you have a look at that picture book?
I'm with you.
Long's car was parked outside the hotel. We piled in and drove back to Mrs. Morey's apartment building. We parked just in time to see a man enter by the front door.
That's him, Swift. He just went into Janet's building.
And he came out about an hour ago.
You mean Swift's the guy you were talking...
Eugene Sweet, arrested in Los Angeles in 1949.
Well, come on.
Well, it might be perfectly innocent.
In a pig's eye. I bet that dame's been working the same kind of setup you told me Sweet worked with the other one. He doesn't do anything. How does he support himself?
Well, if he's with Mrs. Morey, we can always ask him. We went into the lobby and waited for the elevator to come down. Long looked happier than a kid in an acre of new cement, and there was just a chance he had a right to be. The elevator arrived, and so did Milt Gradke, the producer, who came busting into the lobby from the street.
Milt?
Richard, I've been calling you all over the place.
What's the matter?
Phil, he's loose. I couldn't keep him in the apartment.
Oh, no.
I tried, but he got rough. He tried calling Janet, but she hung up on him. Then he went wild.
You think he's here with Janet?
Yes, and that's not the half of it.
Come on, we better get up there. There's no telling what he might do.
You know about it?
What do you mean about Sweet?
Who?
Sweet. I'll tell you later.
I thought you meant the gun.
Gun?
Yes, Phil's got a gun with him.
On the way up, Long explained as much as he could to Gradke, and Gradke continued to apologize for not being able to restrain Morey. We left the elevator on the 4th floor and hurried down to Mrs. Morey's apartment. The door was ajar. Sounds like they're all in there.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, if he's got a gun...
He sure has.
I'm going in.
Get back! Get back. Get back.
Frankie, do something!
Put down the gun, Morey.
Don't come near me. Get back. I warn you. Don't anybody get near me. I swear I'll shoot.
Phil.
Not even you, Dick, no. You too, Milt. Get back. This dame thought she was going to take me. Well, she's not going to get away with it.
Phil,
No.
please.
No. I am through. Nothing's left. So I'm going to do it up brown. What do you think of this dame, Dick? Look who comes to see you.
His real name's Sweet, Eugene Sweet.
Huh? What?
That's right, Morey. He's done time.
Yeah?
Maury, put down the gun. It's a better than even bet that your wife's been pulling a fancy bit of hijacking, Miss Sweet.
Huh?
That's right. Tell him about it, you little tramp.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Look, Phil.
I want the whole thing. How did you take me? Come on.
He introduced you to Janet, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
They had it all settled. She marries you, sticks around for a while, and Sweet, being a good forger, signs your name to some checks. Tell him, Janet.
Yeah.
Phil, look, you didn't do wrong. You did everything right. For goodness sakes, Phil, nobody's going to blame you now. Only put away that gun.
Put it down, Mr. Maury.
Say back.
Mr. Maury.
Yeah?
These two men have a lot of belief in you. They think you can straighten out in spite of everything that's happened. Now, nobody's going to blame you for anything unless you use that gun. Frankly, what happens to you doesn't make any difference to me.
It doesn't make any difference to anyone.
It does to these two guys. Why don't you start thinking about somebody else for a change? Let's see you prove you're worthy of their friendship.
Stay away.
Give me that gun. Now, come on. You're not whipped. Everybody gets in a slump now and then. Come on. Give me the gun, Mr. Maury. By the time the cops got there, Janet and Sweet had told me the whole story. They admitted cashing forged checks to the tune of $300,000. And that wasn't counting what Maury had given her legally. If I hadn't recognized Eugene Sweet, Janet would probably have won a nice settlement to go along with everything else. Maury had written so many checks he never would have noticed the extra ones. Oh, he was a setup. He spent money hand over fist, and his business manager would never think a dozen small checks a week were forged. Expense account item 8, $54, hotel bill. Item 9, $18.83, train fare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total, $99.38. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, friends, Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum is a refreshing, delicious treat you can enjoy just about any time. Chew a few sticks of Wrigley's Spearmint during the day and see how the good chewing helps you keep feeling fresh and alert. The lively, full-bodied flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint cools your mouth, freshens your taste, and sweetens your breath. The chewing itself gives you a nice little boost, helps you keep going at your best. Millions of people get real chewing enjoyment out of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum every day. And we know that you'll enjoy it, too. Get a few packages and always keep some handy. That's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Blake Edwards with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Joe Duvall, Sidney Miller, Hy Averback, Bill Johnstone, and Jeanette Nolan. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you enjoyed tonight's story of Johnny Dollar and that you're enjoying delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum every day. This is Charles Lyon, inviting you to join us again next week at this same time when from Hollywood, John Lund returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
Here's Chicago's favorite shows on...
Suppose you tell me how much you know if Miss Ann Collins was dead before the Act double indemnity clause in his policy. You won't find out. You could have saved yourself a trip for we. Well, I'll tell you when Norfolk Canyon Road, a little after 10 o'clock that. Coroner's report 2 hours when the accident occurred. There's a blunt instrument. Someone left. 2 hours later, that car drops off at his wife. Apparently wasn't home. He brought her home about 11. That checks. Cab picked her over them home. She's been into her, doctor says. We drive over there and see her any time now.
Drive over there?
Oh, Manitou. That's about 5 miles nearer them. Only some people live there up the top of the little canyon. Narrow. There's a lot of quick turns first turn.
Uh-huh. Crash, is he the only one who heard of this?
That's not too surprising. Look up the top of the canyon. It's naked at the first turn of the road below Collins. No one lives in between them. After Pinkert, there isn't much rest of the way into Manitou.
Pretty isolated.
The road is, but it comes out right on Manitou's main drag. If you know how to handle that road, you could get right in the center of things in 3 minutes. Suppose we go out there, see Mrs. Collins. You can see the layout yourself.
Fine. Oh, does she know yet that her husband was murdered?
Yeah. Doc told her a little while ago. Now, that's where the car went over there.
Uh-huh. How much of a drop is it?
Oh, 40, 50 feet, I guess. They got the car out, though, an hour or so ago. Should have a report on that before too long.
That must have been Pinkert's house there at the curve.
Yeah, we'll check him after we talk to Mrs. Collins. Look, you see, the way the canyon slopes, you can see the tops of those buildings.
Ah, yeah. And they're on the main street we just turned off.
That's right. So it isn't as isolated as it looks up here. Well, looks like this is it. This altitude will cut your wind.
Oh, I gotta live 5 or 10 minutes up here. Never noticed it.
Takes a while to get used to it, all right.
Yes?
Lieutenant Anders, to see Mrs. Collins.
Oh, sure. Come in. Come in.
This is Mr. Dollar.
Hello.
How you
I'm
doing?
Ralph Turner, Aunt Delia's nephew. She's this way, living here. Aunt Delia, this is Lieutenant...
Lieutenant Anders, Mrs. Collins, Colorado Springs Police.
Oh, yes, Lieutenant Anders.
And this is Mr. Dollar. He represents your husband's insurance company.
I see.
Mrs. Collins?
Well, sit down, gentlemen. Ralph, please, all of you. Where's your mother, Ralph?
I think she's in the kitchen. She thought you ought to try to eat something.
Oh, my. Tell her not just yet. Tell her I'd like for her to be here.
All right, Aunt Delia.
Well, none of us know what to do, you know. It's just unbelievable.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Collins.
Thank you. Now, is there some question about the insurance, Mr. Dollar?
No, not really, Mrs. Collins. Since the accident wasn't the cause of your husband's death, there's no question about it at all. I'm just here to get a complete report for the company.
Well, I know Maynard was very prompt about payments.
The policy's in order, Mrs. Collins.
Oh, this is my sister, Mrs. Turner, Lieutenant Anders, and Mr. Dollar.
Oh, how do you do?
I imagine these gentlemen want to ask some questions, Ada. I wanted you and Ralph here in case I forget anything.
Oh, of course, dear. Anything we can do.
You got back to the house at 11 o'clock last night, Mrs. Collins. In a taxi, I understand.
That's right. I've been gone all evening. Since, well, it must have been around 7, wasn't it, Ada?
Just about exactly 7. You see, our Thursday nights are a regular ritual with us. They always time out just about the same, don't they, Ralph?
Yeah, just about.
Ada means we do the same thing every Thursday night. She and Ralph call for me about 7. We have dinner in Manitou, then go over to the Springs to the Pueblo to see a movie. I usually get home around 10:30 or 11, depending on when the show is out.
All three of you have dinner and see the picture together?
Well, no, Ralph usually eats before they pick me up. He's just our chauffeur. Takes us to the restaurant in Manitou. We take a taxi to the Springs and taxi back.
They drop me on the way. It's cheaper that way.
Was your husband home when you left last evening?
Yes, he was. He was just finishing his dinner when Ralph came to the door for me.
So far as you know, did he have any plans for the evening?
No. He usually plans something for Thursdays. Last night he'd spoken of Mr. Pinkert coming up and then playing cards, but well, for some reason that was called off.
Is your neighbor down the road?
Yes.
You don't know why their plans were called off?
No, I really don't. Maynard was talking to you, Ralph. Did he mention anything?
No, he just said Mr. Pinkert said he couldn't make it. He asked me if I could come back. Told him I was going bowling, if he could come with me. He said no. I sure wish I'd come back now.
Ralph and his uncle were devoted to one another. You see, Ralph's father, my husband, passed away some years ago. Maynard's just been wonderful to us both ever since.
He sure has.
Well, Maynard and I never had any children of our own, Lieutenant, so
Ralph, of course, was special to do for us.
Mrs. Collins, this may be blunt, but I'll have to ask you. Did your husband have any enemies? Anyone who might want him out of the way?
Why, not that I know of. I just can't imagine anyone not liking Maynard. I suppose that's just natural.
Someone killed him.
I know.
Look, do you have to say things like that?
I'm afraid so.
Well, that's all right, Ralph. Tenant has every right. I want to help all I can.
Mrs. Collins, was your car in front of your house when you left last night?
Yes, I believe it was. Maynard often left it there.
Yes, it was there, all right. Parked heading down the canyon. Remember, Ralph? We pulled up just in front of it.
Yeah, we did.
Well, is it important where the car was?
It was important to the murderer, Mrs. Collins. It must have looked like a cover-up for him. A natural just sitting there in front of the house.
Did it happen in the car?
We don't know yet. We don't know where it happened. We have men checking outside. Some of them will be coming in here in a while to give the house a going over. After that, I get the report on the car. We should know a lot more.
I hope so, Lieutenant. Whoever it was, I hope you find him soon.
We'll get back to you, Mrs. Collins. We'd appreciate it if you'd stay here together. We may want to talk to you again.
We'll be here. We won't leave Aunt Delia.
And if you think of anything that might help us, let us know. By the way, Ralph, where do you do your bowling?
The Clark Lanes in Manitou. I was there. You can check.
We will.
We did, too. According to the bowling alley reservation book, Ralph had the third alley from 7:15 to 10:15. A regular Thursday night customer, the owner said. Apparently, the whole family spent their Thursday nights in a prescribed manner, and everyone was properly accounted for between 8 o'clock when Maynard Collins was murdered and a little after 10 when Collins' neighbor, Doug Pinkard, heard the crash. It seemed like a good idea to talk to Pinkard.
Nope, it couldn't have been any earlier. I know, because the 10 o'clock news had just come on when I heard the crash.
Were you alone when you heard it, Mr. Pinkard?
I'm a bachelor, Mr. Dollar. Alone a good bit of the time.
You called off some plans you had last night, Mr. Collins, didn't you?
Yes, I did, but what difference does that make?
Do you know that Collins was murdered?
No, I don't know that. How could he be murdered and go off the road?
He'd been dead 2 hours when that happened. You're sure about the time you heard the crash?
I'm positive. 2 hours? What? That would make him dead around 8 o'clock.
That's right. Does that mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't mean anything to me.
You didn't hear anything around 8 o'clock, any commotion or struggle or a car going by or anything?
No, not at 8 o'clock. I heard a car around 7, but that was Delia and them. I saw them go. They're regular as clockwork, you know, every Thursday night.
And that's the last car you heard the crash?
That's the last one. Yes, that's the last one.
You're sure you'd hear a car if it came by this way?
I usually do. I don't get a lot of traffic up here, you know. I usually take a look when I hear a car coming.
Well, maybe there's another road out of here. Is there, Mr. Pinkard?
No, this one sort of peters out up above Collins's. The only way to get up to Collins's is up this road here.
How well do you know the Collins?
Well enough, I guess. I've been up to his house a lot. Mostly when she isn't there. I always had an idea she didn't care much for me. Then I'm not used to women around. Just don't know how to judge them.
You knew Mr. Collins better then?
Oh, yes, lots better. And I liked him. I liked him a lot. I'm just real sorry.
Would you say they got along all right? Do you think they were happy together?
You talked to Dee?
Yeah. You talked to her?
She said they got along?
She implied that, but I'm asking you, not her.
Well, maybe they did. Like I said, I'm not used to women. I just don't know how to judge them.
You don't think they were happy together, Mr. Pinkard?
Well, maybe they were. I don't think it was serious, though. Sometimes they fought about things.
How do you know that?
Well, Maynard told me mostly. And then a couple of times I wandered in up there, and they'd be going at it a little, you know.
About anything in particular?
No, I wouldn't say so. I don't remember anything in particular. I try to stay out of things like that. Just get along.
Did you ever hear them going at it about money?
Oh, I guess, yes. Yes, money. Well, that's all. I was fixing to go for a climb. That's the way I spend most of my time, you know. No reason why I shouldn't go now, is there?
Mr. Pinkard, do you have any idea who would kill Mr. Collins?
No. I can't think of anyone who'd do it.
Somehow I had the idea that Pinkard was ordinarily a man of very few words, that he'd said more in the last 10 minutes than he had for the last 10 years, but you never know. Anders was pretty stumped. I didn't blame him. No scene of the crime, no murder weapon. No one wanted Collins dead. It wasn't going to be easy. Back at headquarters, a new development was waiting for us. His name was Clint Bingham.
I'm on a service station, Manitou.
Maynard, Mr. Collins, called me about 7:30 last night. Told me he had a flat tire and wanted me to come change. I was low and had a couple of customers, and they told me to come up when it goes up for the night, and I did.
What time was that?
It was right at 8 o'clock.
Well,
Well, I get up there, knock on his door, lights around the house, and then he comes to the door. Figured he's gone somewhere, and looked back. Keys were in the car, so I changed the tire, flattened myself, and moved. And so, except, maybe I'm imagining this.
What?
Well, it seemed to me I heard something. Something brushing. It could have been man or something. And, I don't know. A bit later, it sounded like something sort of running. I wouldn't want to say for sure.
Did you tell what direction the sounds came from?
It seemed like it was John Pinker. I don't think most people always find it around the line.
How about that?
Yeah, I checked in with you earlier, only I went hunting with you this morning. Just got back in. Heard about it.
Just a minute. Anders.
Got a couple of things for you, Lieutenant. Looks like Collins was killed with some brush not far from his back door. Pretty spruce, though.
How about the weapon?
Yeah, they're still looking. They've checked the cars, nothing there. Just got a call from the emergency hospital. That fellow Pinker reported the crash.
Yeah?
He walked in front of a car over in Manager. Pretty bad shape.
We will return to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. If you're in the market for a Sunday night date, here are a few suggestions. Matter of fact, you needn't take your pick. You can date them all. Marie Wilson and Kathy Lewis on My Friend Irma. Eve Arden as our Miss Brooks. Mary Livingston on The Jack Benny Show. Briny-tempered Sapphire on Amos and Andy. And Janet Waldo as Corliss Archer. Stay home tomorrow night and date the whole gang over most of these same CBS radio stations. Now with our star Edmund O'Brien, we bring you the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It was going to be a while before Pinkett would be in condition to talk. According to the driver of the car and witnesses, Pinkett never even looked, just walked out into the path of the car. One of the witnesses, the kid who worked at Flint Bingham's service station, said Pinkett had come in, asked for Flint, and took it very big when he learned he had gone hunting. Finally, Pinkett came around, and Anders and I listened.
I knew Kent was up there at morning. I heard him come and go. I'd have told you, too. You just said Mooney was murdered about the time I knew Pete was there. And Pete's a good boy. I wanted to hear him say he was there first. Before I told you.
Holding evidence. Sure.
I don't care if it is. Man don't have too many things. Pete and Maynard, the only two I had. Maynard's gone. I can't lose Pete, too. Until I'm sure.
Why did you walk in front of the car, Mr. Pinkett?
Boy said Kent had gone hunting. I heard maybe it was long ago. I didn't see any car.
Clint says he heard someone running near your house when he was changing Collins' tire. Is that you, Pinkett?
It was not. I never left the house last night.
Suppose you did leave the house. Suppose you killed Collins out behind his house. Clint came, he interrupted you, so you ran. You knew he might have seen you, so today you had to get to him before he got to us.
Why would I kill him?
Why would you kill him, Pinkett?
Ask her, DJ. Ask her what they thought about yesterday. People always think this. I'm not going to say that.
The doctor motioned us out of the room. Anders wasn't buying the quarrel or anything else much that Pinkett had said. He decided to stay at the hospital until Pinkett could talk again. With his permission, I went back to Delia Collins. She was alone.
I sent Ralph and Ada home for a change of clothes and the rest. I'm stronger now, and the strain's been so much for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about Mr. Pinker.
Mrs. Collins, he says you and your husband quarreled yesterday.
Why, we did. Oh, it wasn't a quarrel exactly. I had my opinion, and Maynard had his. I'd really forgotten Mr. Pinker was women and nothing. I don't see how it could be important at all now.
Anything's apt to be. Might be a big help.
Well, all right. I'm glad Ada and Ralph aren't here. It's better. I'm afraid it would hurt them. Maynard had such plans for Ralph, but I tried to tell him no one could live up to what he expected of him. Ralph's not much of a student, and Maynard was paying his college expenses. Yesterday, I guess Maynard went over to talk to the dean.
Colleges in town?
Yes, in Springs. Maynard said the boy wasn't trying. The dean didn't think so either. Well, I took Ralph's part. I guess I always have. Anyway, Maynard said he told the dean to take the boy out of school and he wasn't footing the bills anymore. I must admit, I was very upset. I just don't know half what he said.
You remember, did your husband say whether or not he told Ralph?
No, he hadn't told him. I begged him not to. He said that was up to the dean. I thought maybe he'd send him down there and change his mind.
It didn't seem like much to bother Anders with, not until I knew more. And when I knew more, it wasn't worth it. Dean Mitchener at the college hadn't told Ralph anything about his uncle's visit the day before. He'd planned to tell him the next morning. But after he heard about the tragedy, he decided the news would keep. I told him where he could reach me, and I rejoined Lieutenant Anders at the hospital.
They came up with the murder weapon, found it half buried under some brush. The canyon slopes down toward the main street. It's a tire iron.
Bingham's?
He says it isn't his. Tire irons are pretty much alike. We're checking his prints against those on the iron.
I can't figure Bingham showing up like he did. We wouldn't have known he was there if he hadn't told us.
He could have thought Pinker had told us, or that he would. We don't know anything about the motive. I'm waiting to put the two of them together. Someone's got to give.
Pinker's still in bad shape?
The doc says to wait a while.
Okay, thanks. Be right back.
Thanks, I'll suggest you.
Johnny Dollar.
Steve Mitchell, Mr. Dollar. Now, this may not be worth anything to you, but I just found out Ralph did know that his uncle was removing him from school.
He did? How?
Now, my secretary seems to have told him. She was here when Mr. Collins came yesterday. Being a friend of Ralph, she told him late yesterday afternoon. Something about she thought she should warn him.
I see. Well, I certainly appreciate your calling me, Dean Mitchell.
I'm very upset about this breach of trust, Mr. Dollar. I want you to know that I intend to do something stringent about it.
Now, don't be too hard on her, Dean. She may have done us all a favor. And as Ralph did know Collins was taking him out of school, Dean's secretary told him.
He did, huh?
It's the nearest thing to a motive we've done.
Yeah. How about the bowling alley? He was there 3 hours last night.
I'd like to check there again, if it's okay with you.
Go ahead. I'll try anything. I'll have him picked up and brought here.
Sure. I set pins for him. He bowls the alley 3 times every week.
Wasn't anything different about last night?
No. Just knock the pins down. I set him up, same as any other night.
And he bowled from 7:15 till 10:15 last night, huh?
Well, I'm not sure of the times. The book would show that.
Well, that's what the book says.
Well, then, did you say 7:15 till 10:15?
That's right.
Well, I quit before 10 last night.
You're sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure. I was home by 10, a couple miles from here. And I'll tell you something else. No one bowls on my alley from about 7:45 to 8:15. That's when I eat my dinner. My alley's closed then.
The time's fit. Ralph could have made it up to his uncle's and back while the pin girl was eating the dinner. But if he'd driven up the canyon, Pinkett would have heard him. Maybe he hadn't driven up. There's that to consider. Lieutenant Anders was considering a lot of things when I got back.
Oh, come in, Dollar. Ralph here was beginning to open up a little. He doesn't deny he knew Collins was taking him out of school.
Why should I deny it? I mean anything to me going to school. Uncle Maynard's idea in the first place. I'd have to have a better reason than that to kill him.
Did you have a better reason, Ralph?
Suppose I was bowling last night.
You weren't bowling from 7:45 till 8:15 when your uncle was killed.
Sure of that, Dollar?
The pin girl was having a dinner then, always does, she said.
How about that, Ralph?
So maybe I wasn't bowling so long.
What'd you do in that half hour?
I don't know. Nothing important.
Did you leave the bowling alley, Ralph?
I don't know.
Here, Lieutenant, the last set of prints checked. Thanks, Sergeant. Thanks very much. These are your prints, Ralph. Murder weapon.
It didn't have anything to do with school. I left the bowling alley, all right. I couldn't stand just walking around knowing what I knew. Then you got a hold of him. Got to the car. Grabbed for something heavy and went up there.
Did you walk past Mr. Pinkett's?
No, not the road. I climbed the canyon. Pinkett always knows who comes and goes. Took it up to the back door of the house. The maid was there on the back porch. She was firing. Never made a sound. I anchored down the waist. I heard a car out front. I ran went back to the canyon, maybe, road maybe. I saw on the back door.
But you went back again, didn't you?
Yeah. I thought about him. How they'd find him. Maybe even Aunt Delia or Mom. Yes, and I went back. I remember the car out front. Just a minute.
Why'd you do it, Ron?
It was just him. He was being such a generous guy, always paying the bills. Everybody ramming him down my throat all the time. I knew he wasn't so great. I knew about him and women for a long time. Sorry for Aunt Delia, that was wrong. So I found out he was bothering Mom. I had to kill him.
Ralph's mother corroborated his story, and when they got through telling it to the jury, it was a very quick decision for justifiable homicide. Expense count item 2, $175, transportation back to Hartford. Miscellaneous expense account total, $310. Remarks? The company need only pay the straight life value of the policy. The double indemnity clause was never even a factor in the case. In view of the real factors involved, I can wish that Maynard Collins had gone over that canyon in an accident. It would have been cleaner and kinder all the way around. That's truly Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Kathleen Height with music by Wilbur Hatch. Edmund O'Brien can now be seen starring in the Paramount Pictures Technicolor production Silver City. Featured in tonight's cast were Ed Begley, Gil Stratton Jr., Jeanette Nolan, Virginia Gregg, Howard McNear, and Hy Everback. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle.
This is Dan Cumberly inviting you to join us next week at this time when Edmund O'Brien returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Edmund O'Brien again. I'd like to speak to you for a moment about one of the most important duties of American citizens. Today, every American has an opportunity to share in our common defense effort. And right now, this opportunity has become a duty for all of us. The armed forces of the United States need blood, our blood. The Korean campaign has gravely depleted the supply on hand, and this must be replenished if we are to afford our servicemen the protection they are giving us. No matter what your age, sex, or station in life, you can contribute to American defense by donating a pint of your blood to the men of your Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. Call your local blood donor center or Red Cross chapter today for an appointment. Remember, your donation of blood may save the life of a wounded serviceman. Give your blood today to save a life tomorrow.
A little earlier, we mentioned the ladies who'll be on CBS Radio tomorrow night. Now, here are the men. My friend Irma shares her lazy boyfriend Al with one and all. If you like 'em older, there's Professor Kropotkin. For a date that's shy, try Mr. Boynton, the object of Eve Arden's affections, as our Miss Brooks. Enjoy the fun with these men on most of these same CBS radio stations tomorrow night. This is the CBS Radio Network.
John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Walter Jackson, Johnny.
Oh, hello, Mr. Jackson. How are you?
No, not too good, Johnny. That is, our company isn't. If you're not on a case, I'd like you to conduct an investigation for us.
I'm at your service.
Good. Our company writes a group health and hospitalization policy at the Riggs Bearing Company.
Where's that?
In Riggs City, Florida, employs 3,000. We cover the employees and their families.
And?
We've just received a claim on behalf of a Bobby Foster, the child of a machinist of Riggs.
For what?
For an operation involving a team of neurosurgeons and technicians that had to be flown to Riggs City by chartered plane from Boston.
Now, what do you want me to do?
Dr. Grant Howell, director of the Riggs City Hospital, attached a report to the claim. A report which we think bears investigation.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Fine, Johnny. And don't spare any expense. If Dr. Howell's report bears out, there's a vicious racket spreading. A racket which victimizes children.
At this point in our program, I'd like to give you something to think about. Probably one of the most quoted Americans in our nation's history is Benjamin Franklin. It was Franklin who said, "Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." And never leave that till tomorrow, which you can do today. And, of course, the Lord helps them that help themselves. But probably one of his most familiar quotations is, "There are only two things in life of which we may be certain: death and taxes." Of course, what bothers most of our taxpayers is that death and taxes don't come in that order. But seriously, one of the biggest jobs handled by the Secretary of the Treasury is the collection of taxes, our government's main source of income. The government raises money through the Bureau of Internal Revenue, which collects income taxes, excise taxes, amusement taxes, and other federal taxes. The Bureau also checks to see that you haven't paid too little and, believe it or not, that you haven't paid too much. Another way the government raises money is through the Bureau of Customs, which levies taxes on imports which are sent here from foreign countries. But although the Treasury Department collects the money, it is Congress, the men we send to Washington, who actually says who will pay taxes and how much. And that's one thing from which none of us can escape.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, National Medical and Hospitalization Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bobby Foster matter. Expense account item 1, $85.56, plane fare and incidentals between Hartford and Miami, Florida. Item 2, $2.60, bus fare between Miami and Riggs City, a spick and span little town with coral white streets shaded by tropical trees. I registered at the Cachubi Hotel, then went directly to Dr. Howell's office in the modern air-conditioned hospital.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
May I help you?
I'd like to see Dr. Howell, please.
Well, the doctor doesn't see patients after 5. I'm afraid you'll have to return tomorrow. Unless it's an emergency.
Well, I understand it is. My name is Johnny Dollar. I'm representing National Medical.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Is the doctor in?
Well, he's looking in on a patient, Mr. Dollar, but he expects you.
Oh?
The insurance company phoned you were coming.
I see.
Pretty awful what happened to little Bobby Foster. I've never seen Dr. Howell so upset.
Just exactly what did happen.
You don't know?
Not the details, no.
Well, if Dr. Howell is right, it's terrible. But he'd better tell you. Won't you sit down, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, thanks.
Cigarette?
Oh, thank you.
You see, I heard some matches.
Oh, here you are.
It was.
Hang out the flags.
Well, how do you like Riggs City, Mr. Dollar?
Well, I haven't been here long enough to know. How do you like it, Miss...
Rogers. Flo Rogers. I haven't been here very long myself, just a little over 2 months.
Oh?
Oh, I like the sunshine, the clean streets.
But what?
It's just a little dull.
Well, is that so? Well, maybe something can be done about that, Miss Rogers. It is Miss, isn't it?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Good.
I'm glad you're pleased.
I not only approve, I applaud.
Oh, on behalf of the Spinsters of America, I thank you. Oh, that must be Dr. Hall. Excuse me?
Reluctantly.
The doctor will see you, Mr. Dollar.
Thank you.
Oh, come in. Come in. Have a seat.
Thanks, Dr. Hall.
Well, your company acts fast. Only mailed that claim day before yesterday.
National Medical feels it's an unusually high claim,
You
Doctor.
suggesting I padded it?
Oh, certainly not. But a team of neurosurgeons flown down from
It's
Boston.
necessary to save the boy's life, I assure you.
Well, don't misunderstand, Doctor. National Medical isn't challenging your professional opinion.
I should hope not.
The report you attached is what interested my company.
It should. Should interest the whole country.
I didn't have the opportunity to read it, Doctor. Perhaps
It's a
you...
potential child killer, Mr. Dollar. A vicious, unscrupulous racket, capitalizing on panic, fear. Well, come with me. I want you to see what they've done to an innocent child.
Bobby Foster?
Yes. Any change, nurse?
No, Doctor.
Well, there he is, Mr. Dollar. A 5-year-old boy, victim of a panic-stricken parent and a criminal operator.
What are his chances?
We won't know until he comes out of coma, if he does.
And then?
For complete recovery, no chance. For partial recovery, a fair chance. Bobby Foster will be paralyzed.
You said a criminal operator. Who?
If I knew, Mr. Dollar, I wouldn't bother with reports to insurance companies. I've been a doctor 40 years now. Seen a lot of pain and tragedy. But this...
Let's go back to your office, Doctor.
Sorry, Mr. Dollar. I must be overtired. Shouldn't let these things get to me.
Well, after seeing that boy, I can't blame you. Cigarette?
Yes, thank you.
Now, let's have the story from the beginning. Huh?
Well, we had a polio scare here recently. Some of our children came down with fever, headache, sore throat, symptoms resembling polio.
Was it polio?
No. But to confirm my diagnosis, I called in a polio specialist from Miami. Meanwhile, epidemic rumors spread through the town. Parents got panicked. He held a mass meeting.
For what purpose?
They demanded I inject every child in town with gamma globulin.
That's the polio preventive.
Yes.
And did you?
Certainly not. Gamma globulin is impossible to get unless a genuine polio epidemic is threatening. The government has to ration it carefully because one whole blood donation is required to manufacture a single injection. You know how many demands there are on the whole blood supply these days.
Of course.
Well, to get to Bobby Foster's case, I was called to the Foster home last week. Found the boy in a coma. He had all the symptoms of embolism.
Of what?
Cerebral embolism, caused in this case by an air bubble entering a blood vessel and being carried to the brain.
Well, that would cause paralysis, wouldn't it?
Yes, and possible death.
And so you called in the neurosurgeon?
I didn't feel qualified to undertake such a specialized operation.
Well, just how did the air bubble enter the boy's bloodstream?
Through criminal carelessness, by way of a hypodermic injection.
Any proof?
Well, the needle mark's still on the boy's arm.
And you have no idea who injected Bobby?
None. But I know this. Other children in this town have been injected, too.
Oh?
In their cases, fortunately, no harm was done.
Well, surely Bobby's parents know who injected him.
That's the wicked stupidity of it, Mr. Dollar. They deny the boy was given any kind of an injection.
But you think they're lying?
Of course they're lying. The boy was running a fever. The parents thought it was polio. They panicked, took him to some quack for an injection of what they were told was gamma globulin.
At a black market price, no doubt.
To a frightened parent, price would be no object, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I'll see the boy's parents. They can be persuaded to tell who's behind this racket.
You're wasting your time, Mr. Dollar. I've tried repeatedly. They refuse to admit their responsibility.
Afraid criminal charges will be brought against them?
Perhaps. But they have another child, a girl, 7.
You're thinking the girl has been threatened if the parents talk?
I wouldn't put anything past the ghouls who operate this racket, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, I would figure, Doctor. Well, thanks. I'll check with you if I turn up anything.
Just do that, Mr. Dollar, and be careful.
I always am. And you ease up, huh?
He's very perturbed, isn't he?
Well, he has a right to be, Miss Rogers. Do you have the Foster's address?
Oh, yes, I prepared this for you. Here you are.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'll take a run over there now.
I
and see.
wish I could help you.
You've been very helpful already.
No, I mean really help. Isn't anything I can do, anything you need or need to know?
Well, I could use a little background information, about the town and the people. I tell you what, why don't we have dinner tonight? Then I can get the rundown on Riggs City and a little nourishment at the same time.
Well...
You have another engagement?
No, I haven't. It's just that... Well, I didn't want you to think I was angling for a date.
Oh, now, look, I have a pretty good memory, and I distinctly remember that I asked you to dinner.
I know, but...
I think it's your civic duty to dine with me.
Well, if you put it that way. As a good citizen, how can I refuse?
That's the spirit. You name the place.
Well, there's a restaurant called the Tropics, a bar and grill sort of place. It isn't 21, but it isn't bad either.
I'm with you. What time shall we meet?
Around 6.
I'll be there if I have to crawl.
All right, but wouldn't a taxi cab be more practical? See you at 6.
I left the hospital with the sound of Flo Rogers' laugh still rustling in my ears. It occurred to me that Riggs City might be a very pleasant place under different circumstances. I hailed a cab and ran up expense account item 3, 75 cents. Fare and tip to the Fosters' bright little cottage, a stone's throw from the beach.
Yes?
Mrs. Foster?
Yes.
I represent the National Medical Insurance Company.
We have insurance where my husband works.
Just a minute, Mrs. Foster.
Please. I said we already have medical insurance.
Yes, with my company.
Oh,
I'd like to talk to you. May I come in?
no. That is, my husband is
It'll
at
only
home.
take a minute, Mrs. Foster.
If it's about the premiums, I can't help you. They're supposed to be deducted from my husband's paycheck.
It's about Bobby.
I can't answer any questions. You have to see my husband.
I think you have the information I need
What information?
about the injection Bobby had. The one
He
that nearly
didn't.
caused his death.
No. You're wrong. Bobby didn't have an injection.
Dr. Howell says the needle mark is still on the boy's arm.
No.
Is someone threatening to harm your other child if you talk?
Please, go away. Please.
You have a moral obligation, Mrs. Foster.
I can't answer any questions.
Other children are being victimized, too. Could end up in the hospital like your son. Only half alive because their parents were panicked into buying phony drugs from the black market.
You're so worried. Bobby has polio. So worried.
Who gave Bobby the injection?
I can't tell. I can't.
You've got to tell.
But I'm a girl. Margaret. Please step me.
That's enough.
I didn't tell him anything, Edward.
Get inside.
Where's Margaret?
Inside, I said.
Oh.
So you're Bobby's father.
That's right, mister.
I'm Johnny
I
Cup.
know who you are. Insurance company detective.
Investigator.
Have it your way, but get off my property.
Did they threaten your little girl as you talked?
I'm warning you.
You can get police protection, Foster. Just name the man who gave Bobby that shot.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, you get off my place.
Use your head, Foster. You're covering up for the worst kind of scum. Talk. You owe it to your son, to the other kids that are being victimized.
All right, Dollar. I warned you to get out.
Now, don't be a fool, Foster.
I won't. Get up.
I didn't come here to brawl with you, Foster. I'm investigating.
I said get up. Get on your feet and clear out of here.
If you ask me so nicely, sure.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? He was our second oldest president, being elected for that office when he was 66 years old, and our only bachelor president. In 1828, he was appointed minister to Russia by President Jackson. In 1856, when he became president, differences between the North and South caused much unrest in his cabinet and in the various departments of the government. While he was president, the Confederate States were formed and the Civil War began. If you don't have his name by now, here are two more important clues. During his administration, the famous Lincoln-Douglas debates were held, and the first Atlantic cable was laid. Who was he? James Buchanan, 15th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
My face and my clothes were pretty much the worse for wear. I went back to the Kachubi Hotel for a shower and a change and a little elementary first aid. It helped, but not much. What with one thing and another, it was nearly 7 o'clock by the time I got a cab and ran up expense account item 4, 85 cents to the Tropics Cafe. I spotted Flo Rogers in a corner booth. Well, hearty greetings and humble apologies.
Good evening. Don't apologize. After all, you're only an hour late.
I'm sorry. I had a little repair work to do.
Repair work. Johnny, what happened to your face?
I was overmatched. I lost the decision, and it wasn't close.
Someone beat you up?
Well, that's one way of putting it. Mr. Foster did the honors.
But why?
He thought I was a little too inquisitive.
Oh, Johnny. He must be an awful man.
No, he's a frightened man, frightened out of his wits. His little girl's life has been threatened.
What? How do you know?
Mrs. Foster was on the verge of admitting it when her husband barged in.
Oh. Oh, well, what are you going to do now?
Starting tomorrow, I'm going to question every parent in town.
You think other children have been injected?
Well, Dr. Howell thinks so, and it figures. A group of grifters move into a family town, spread polio rumors around, then make a killing selling phony gamma globulin shots to parents who are scared silly for their children's health.
Johnny,
Yeah?
you're going on with this investigation?
Why, certainly.
In spite of what's happened to you already, you're determined to go on?
Why, sure I am. What are you driving at, Flo?
I guess I'd better tell you then.
Tell me what?
Well, tonight when I first came in, I sat at one of those little tables near the bar. See, that one over there, behind the jukebox.
Yeah? So?
I heard the bartender whispering to a man.
Well, what did he say to him?
He was telling him where to take his child for an injection.
An injection of gamma globulin?
I think so. I couldn't be sure. I couldn't hear everything he said.
Where did he tell the man to take his child? Did you hear that?
No, I told you he was whispering.
The man he was talking to. Is he still around?
No, I don't see him.
Did you know him?
No, it's just one of the customers.
Okay. Thanks.
Where are you going?
To dig my elbows in that bar. You run along home. We'll have that dinner some other time.
Promise you'll be careful.
On my honor.
I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
That makes two of us. I settled on a stool at the bar and ran up expense account item 5, $10.70, for more than a few double bourbons, with which I slowly drank myself into a mood so dark that my neighbors moved to the other end of the bar. Hey. Hey, Skinny. Come here.
Name's Mickey, sir. I told you before.
Well, I'll show you the so what. Well, don't just stand there, Skinny. Fill me up.
I think you've had enough, sir. You need a cup of coffee, black.
What I need, you can't get for me, pal. Nobody can.
You sound like a man that's got woman trouble.
What do you mean, woman trouble? Why, my little wife is the finest, sweetest...
Yes, sure. You're crazy about her and the kids, too.
How do you know I got kids?
Well, you're the type. Family man.
No kids.
No kids. Now, look, I'll get you that coffee and then a cab to take you home to the kids. Okay?
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Come here.
Yeah?
You're a swell guy, Skinny. You understand when a man's got trouble.
Yeah, sure. Forget it.
Just that my kids are sick. Wife is worried half out of her mind. I had to get out of the house. Had to get away for an hour.
You say your kids are sick?
Yeah. Wife's scared of polio.
What does the doctor say?
Oh, a lot of mumbo-jumbo. Everybody knows there's a polio epidemic in this town. The doctors are afraid to admit it because they can't get the stuff to stop it.
Gamma globulin?
That's the only thing that'll save my kids, the only thing.
Listen, mister. Maybe I can help you.
Huh?
Get you some gamma globulin.
Where? Where, Skinny? I'll pay anything. Anything.
Here. Go to this address. The party there will tell you where to take your kids for the shot.
Oh, thanks, Skinny. Thanks.
Hey, name's Mickey.
Oh, sure. Mickey. Don't worry. I won't forget you for this.
I'm not worried, mister.
I left the Tropics bar and piled into a cab. On the way to the address Mickey had given me, I stopped at a highway diner and ran up expense account item 6. 30 cents for a carton of steaming black coffee. Not that I was in need of sobering so much. I just wanted something to take the sudden chill off my spine. If you've ever had a date with a grave robber, you know what I mean. It was 2 a.m. when the cabbie dropped me at the driveway of what looked to be a deserted beach house. I paid him off. Expense account item 7. $1.20 tip and fare. And started up the drive toward the vine-covered gate.
That's far enough, Dollar.
Who's there?
Oh. Just shut up or I'll snap your neck, Dollar.
Foster!
That's right. Don't give me any trouble.
Okay. Ease up.
Whenever you come along easy and no funny business.
Yeah.
All right. Put your hands behind your head. Clasp them. Don't turn around.
Okay.
Where's your gun?
I didn't bring one.
You got less sense than I thought, Dollar.
I had my reasons.
Let's go out the gate. My car's down the road.
Foster drove away from town, using the back road. A tire iron clutched in one huge hand in case I got ideas. Once, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw the big guy's lip tremble, like a scared kid. He finally pulled up beside a long, sleek auto trailer, parked in a lonely beach cove. He motioned me out and followed me to the door.
Hello, Jonas.
Well, Flo.
Surprise.
No. You're working with a bartender, aren't you, Flo?
Of course. He's my husband.
Oh, it figures.
Oh. Come in and tell me, Johnny. And please be good.
Just as long as you have that gun pointed at me.
I'd hate to, but I'd use a chance.
That figures, too, Flo.
Foster, wait in your car.
Oh. Cozy, these trailers.
Mickey and I like this, huh? Sit down, Johnny. I'll fix your drink while we wait for it.
No, thanks.
Oh, you're pouting. You're disappointed in me.
Not very.
Tell me, why weren't you surprised to find me here?
On the way over here, I got to thinking. This afternoon, when I met Foster, he already knew my name. I hadn't given it to anyone but the doctor and you.
Careless of me to have mentioned your name when I warned Foster you were coming.
Just what kind of a hold have you got on him?
His little girl.
You've kidnapped her.
Oh, no, Johnny. We're just keeping Margaret for a little while. You see, the Fosters have been very responsive to Mickey's warnings. But then you came into town.
And drastic measures were in order.
We haven't harmed Margaret.
How did you get her?
Foster came by the hospital after he left. See his son. He left Margaret in the waiting room.
And you phoned your husband?
Mickey's wonderful with children. She was tickled pink to go for a soda with him.
Real sweet people, you and Mickey.
We really hate this, Johnny. Believe me.
Yeah, sure.
What happened to Bobby Foster was an unfortunate accident.
Who gave Bobby the injection?
Mickey. I can't stand the sight of a needle.
Some sweet rest.
Oh, we do very well. Traveling from place to place. Taking gulps.
Following the epidemics like a pair of buzzards sailing astray.
Self-righteousness doesn't become you, Johnny.
What do you charge for a shot?
$50.
What's in them?
Nothing harmful, just colored water.
And once in a while, an air bubble.
That was an accident.
I'll take the gun, Flo.
Oh, Mickey, I didn't hear you drive up.
Everything all right?
Foster did exactly as he was told.
Good. Hello, Dollar. You play a lousy drunken father. I'm usually better, but tonight I didn't extend myself. Huh? I had a hunch you'd want this meeting to take place before I started questioning the other parents in town. Because you knew I was bound to find a mother or father who'd identify you two.
Oh. Then you've been willing to make a deal all along, huh, Dollar?
Well, let's say I hated to spoil your fun. Especially Flo's. What's that correct mean? Ask your lonesome wife.
Don't listen to him, Mickey.
She plays a very convincing bachelor girl.
He's trying to make trouble.
A little too convincing.
Shut up, Dollar.
And she talks a lot. Talk? She told me everything just now. Even that you've done away with Foster's little girl. What?
I didn't. I said, Mickey, behind you.
Come on. A gun, Foster.
Shoot, Mickey, shoot.
I'll take the gun, Flo.
Let me go.
Now sit down and behave.
You hurt me.
Give it to me, Dolly. The gun. I'm going to kill him.
No, Foster.
Give me the gun, Dolly.
Girl's all right.
Accept it.
You understand me? She's all right.
You said he killed her.
Well, I had to. It was the only way I could shock you into making a move.
You're not just saying it, Dollar. Margaret's really safe.
Tell him, Flo.
Yes. She's all right.
This case deserves publicity, Mr. Jackson. Lots of it. Scared parents make easy dupes for operators like Flo Rogers and Mickey. And when innocent kids end up the victims, it's intolerable. Dr. Howell tells me that all the gamma globulin manufactured goes to the Office of Defense Mobilization, where it's distributed to local health departments, who in turn pass it on to MDs only. Expense account item 8, $94. Bus, plane fare, and incidentals between Rig City and Hartford. Expense account total, $196.96. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.